All right, we are back. And as you can see, if you go in the chat box, you can see the link if you want to come up. A lot has happened today on a Monday. And if you were here for the earlier live stream, you know that Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson lost their jobs. They're on the unemployment line, folks. Yes, they are. But some other things have gone down since then. Some other things have gone down. Trump came out with a statement on Don Lemon leaving. Aaron Rodgers just got traded to the Jets on the precipice of the draft. What else? There was something else. You know what? Let's just get Trump's statement out the way first. So Trump said something. Yes, he did. He saw Don Lemon trending and he said,
"Get that water. He about to get this work. He about to get this work."
So Trump came outside and said this, family. Via Yahoo News. Who'd they steal it from? The Hill. Former President Trump on Monday welcomed the news that CNN had parted ways with longtime anchor Don Lemon, who Trump has feuded with for years. Quote, "Good news, the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon, has finally been fired from fake news CNN. My only question is, what took them so long?" Trump posted on Truth Social. And we have an update. Lemon shared in a post on Twitter that he had been fired from CNN without being told directly by management, a characterization the network disputed. Don Lemon's statement about this morning's events is inaccurate. He was offered an opportunity to meet with management, but instead released a statement on Twitter. The network posted on Twitter. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. There you go. McFack, hello. Yes, please hit the likes. We need to get people in here. And quick hello. I might tap in. Cool. Tap in. The link is in the box. Tap in if you would like. But fam, we're gonna have to do a little roasting session. We're gonna have to have a little roasting session. No, it's not gonna be about Tucker Carlson. It's not gonna be about Don Lemon. It's not gonna be any of those. I'm gonna give you a clue. Well, actually, two clues. Some regulation, it has to be in order. Let's start with the first clue. If you didn't hear that, we'll play it again. Yeah, that's the first clue. Sean Paul's deport them. And the second clue is,
if you're not careful, I'll give you a look at.
That's right. So those are your two clues. Yes, one thing about Trump, he does say what is on his mind, even though sometimes it's retarded. But again, you're going to get those clues. First one. And the second one.
If you're not careful, I'll give you a look at.
But for this, we're going to add a third one. And then we're going to show you. We're going to have some regulating.
Run to you niggas. Run.
I just found this an hour ago on Twitter, family. We're going to have to blow this up. I understand why people are now saying that Africa and Caribbean, the people that come from there, are of the backstabbing nature. I get it. I get it. And for those who think that there's going to be unity in Africa, well, if you got people like this representing Africa, yeah, y'all are in trouble. This guy decided to shoot the blow dart at young Ralph Yarl. Now, for those who don't know or don't remember Ralph Yarl, he was shot twice, once at point blank range, by a racist white man out in North Kansas City. We rallied around the young man. He said I was effed up. They put up the GoFundMe. Last I checked, it was over $3.2 million. But then the mama, she went talked to Gayle King, and she didn't show any type of motherly concern or pissed off nature that somebody would shoot her child. She was caca and kikiing with Gayle King. And we found the videos, and she was a zaddy worshiper, so we slowly backed away. But we still kept the young man in our thoughts, and he's home recovering, and he has a long road ahead of him. But this Somalian called Hawiye Merchant, who prides himself as a Somalian Jew, independent freelance reporter. I only post verified stats and facts, a la first. That has no bearing on what I'm about to say. Decided to take a shot at young Ralph Yarl. Yes, he did. Let's look at his Twitter thread, because his Twitter thread said he has the proof and the reasoning why he really got shot. Now, remember, I want you to keep in mind, he has said he does not post unless he has verified stats and facts. So he wrote, why Ralph Yarl really got shot with the emergency lights. An informative thread by Dark NN. So he didn't even write this. He took this from somebody. Yeah. I'm sure they're going to be a modicum and a so virtuoso person with the news. In this thread, we will be going over why the shooter, 84-year-old Andrew Lester, did nothing wrong. Oh, I know. We saw the GoFundMe. Yes, Dominic. Yes, we saw the GoFundMe. She got over 3 million. She was asking for 2. She got 3. So shout out to her. She better use that money for the son. That's all I know. Okay. Hashtag BLM, hashtag Ralph Paul Yarl, hashtag Dark NN. Let's see what Dark NN is. So this looks Somali. All right. Even though Ralph Yarl is Liberian, we got Somalis talking about this, but okay. And that's the young man. By the way, he locked off the comments section, so we know why he did this. First of all, let's begin with the mainstream Jareer worshiping media's version of the story. Jareer. They tell on themselves all the time. Jareer. The main narrative is the, quote, scholar Ralph Yarl went to pick up his friend, but unfortunately mixed up the addresses to a house he has been to before and arrived at Andrew Lester's house. Okay. Once arriving at the incorrect address, Ralph somehow failed to notice that the two houses were completely different. Very strange for a scholar allegedly at the top of his class. So he's calling the young man stupid. Afterwards, he rings the doorbell and proceeds to get shot by Andrew for no apparent reason. After being shot in the head, Ralph miraculously survives and runs door to door asking for someone to call an ambulance. Once he reaches the third house, someone finally calls 911 and an ambulance rushes to the scene. And he puts his hospital photo. Let me guess, he faked this too, right? This didn't happen, right? This is a deep fake. This is AI. Right, sir? This is AI. Yes. Computer robots, hello. Yes, he got fired on his day off. Yeah. Now, let's begin debunking this impartial story from the beginning. He's going to debunk it. Matter of fact, I want to see something. Okay, so he's in New York. He's not in Kansas City. He's in New York. He's going to debunk it from New York. Okay, say less. You've been on the Bird app for 3 years, and you only got 264 people. I've been back for a year, and never mind. I'm not even going to do that. Just a reminder: the upcoming proof is 100% verified by my trusted sources. His trusted sources. His trusted sources. Okay. Any attempt to silence me by mass reporting won't work, as this thread follows the Twitter terms of services completely. Oh, so you're going to be a biatch about this. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
If you're not careful, I'll give you a look at.
So let's start from where Ralph somehow arrived at the wrong address. Ralph has been to his friend's house multiple times, so for him to arrive at the wrong address out of nowhere is highly unlikely. Not only that, but the differences in the two houses' appearance is very obvious. Okay. Just look at the stark difference in these two houses, completely different in every way possible. Not only that, but the entire street looks different. If a scholar is unable to notice he's on a completely different street than usual, then clearly something must be going on. Again, see, this is Africans taking shots at Africans. This is East Coast, West Coast. And he puts up a screenshot that says, Ralph Pual, y'all, is a fantastic kid. I'm not just saying this because he is my nephew. He truly is. At school, he is a member of the Technology Student Association and Science Olympia team, jazz and competition band. He is a section leader in the marching band, a scholar, and one of the top bass clarinet players in Missouri. That's quite impressive. He recently earned Missouri All-State Band recognition with an honorable mention. He plays multiple instruments in the Metropolitan Youth Orchestra. He's a 2022 Missouri Scholar Academy alumni. Ralph can often be found with a musical instrument. He loves them all. That's impressive. Very good. That's not enough for Mr. Merchant. Now let's talk about Ralph's previous behavior. In his GoFundMe description, he is described as a fantastic kid and an inspiring chemical engineer. Clearly, he must be a law-abiding, hardworking angel, right? This video here says otherwise. And he puts up a video. This don't even... Hey, Africa, I'm sorry. I gotta ask this. How the hell does this look like that young man? I'm not really up on my physiology of the African diaspora. How does this look like Ralph, y'all? How? The boy here clearly got muscles. Clearly. Hey, stupid. Stupid. With the George Jefferson hairline. Stupid. How does where's the picture of him in the house? Look at his arms, family, and look at the arms of this guy. This guy has tattoos. Yes, it's grainy, but we can see the tattoos. Fam. Here's his picture. Here's the guy. You see the tattoos. Look at the chest. This is clearly not him. Clearly. All right. I know it's tough for me to keep going up and down. We'll you know what we're gonna do? We finna do this. We gonna copy this picture, and we gonna copy this picture. Because I want this dumbass who locked off his comments, I want him to explain something to me and us. Because of course, you know, he's Somali and he's supposed to be smart. This is what they do. You're in New York City, so you're obviously smart. You have that New York smarts. Obviously. We got a question, sir. I need this explained from a fellow New Yorker to you. You stupid mother. Explain how this guy right here this guy, we're going to blow him up. This guy looks like him. How? Look at his arms compared to the hospital photo I showed you. They're not even the same. But we're the Jareers, right? We're the stupid people, right? And you said your sources are so trusted and verified. Why did you lock off your comment section if what you're saying is underneath Twitter's terms of service? Why would you lock it off? Punk. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because y'all know I ain't afraid of nobody. We're going to do this. Hey, Punk. I'm ripping you up on my YouTube channel. You have an open invitation to dispute my roasting. There you go. There you go. Hello, Torian. I guess all black people look alike. I guess. But here's the thing. They're African. So that shouldn't work because everybody's from different tribes over there, right? So it shouldn't work. Oh, he said more. That is clearly not that boy. But he thinks so. All right. Who fed him this? So then he says, yep, that's Ralph spotted outside of a Kansas suburb last summer holding what appears to be a modified AK-47 ringing on the doorbell, perhaps an attempted robbery. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Would you let him in your house knowing his previous behavior? I certainly wouldn't. So this man don't know his guns. Let's look at the gun, shall we? Let's see. Can we see the gun some more? Let's see. Let's see if there's a better angle. Last I checked, the AK-47 is not that small. Last I checked. Let me guess. You're like Sheila Jackson Lee, who thought AR means automatic rifle, right? So here's what we have so far. This is his words. He says he's 6'1" with a 135 IQ. He means 13.5, but okay. There's no possible logical explanation for Ralph somehow ending up at the wrong house. 2, he has possessed firearms in the past and has a history of perhaps attempted robbery. As you can see, this is very different from what was being reported. In conclusion, you can very clearly see our friend Ralph isn't as innocent as he seems. And the fact of the matter is, Andrew Lester used his God-given right to defend his property from a potential thug. Thank you for reading. Make sure to follow me and retweet this post. Pussy, open up the comment thread. Punk. Come on, Punk. Stand tall on your words. Stand tall. Let's see. Were you getting cooked? So that's mine. I just put that there. Let's see. A Somali boy in my hometown was murdered by a white couple. Police found his rhyme corpse 8 days later in an attic. Not once did I feel any sadness. In fact, I laughed. Ralph will survive, and that zoo is 6 feet underground. I hope your future generations suffer the same fate. I don't know what that means. Based. I just reported this liar for trying to get clout off a young FBA death. Not only does he need to face legal consequences, he needs to be deported. So he must have a history of doing this if I'm going by what that guy said. Religious people are ducking weird. The exception these Somalis have with black people has to be a gay infatuation and need for attention. Well, damn. Okay. Somalia is a trash country with trash people living within it. You have nothing. That's why you're over here kissing white racist ass. Jay Winfield, what a low down piece of that's that backstabbing culture at work here. It's been a full day and I still don't understand why we made this. Somali flow. But hey, I thought us FBAs hate Africans. Interesting to see how lowly an African thinks of another African. You need to go focus on your people's poor performance wherever they go. Well, damn. That must be a Nigerian that said that. That East Coast, that East Coast, West Coast, boy. Somebody put up a Kyrie Irving meme. Nah, this dude discussing defending a white supremacist. Coward. At least have the guts to open your reply, which is what I said. Shout out to Know the Leftism. Maybe FBA were right. What were y'all right about? Come on, we have the FBA Barrington guy pushing discussing conspiracy theories about black child. I thought no, Barrington's Jamaican. No, Barrington Martin's Jamaican. We know this. Let's just end it. Barrington is Jamaican. He's actually admitted this, but okay, we gonna help you. He's Mali, not black, so he's Somali, not black, so this doesn't count. Africans need to find some way to remove Somalia from the continent. Jesus. Fix your people. Somali niggas really will bust their shit open for any white man possible and shameless. Jesus, they going in on him. Nigga WTF. Somalis are so effing annoying. Shut the F up, pussy. We don't condone violence. We don't condone setting threats to people. So I ain't gonna say yours. As I said before, between Nigerian, Somalians, and South Africans, none of these groups are ever being the African coon allegations. No way you just made a threat to defend a 60-year-old getting shot. Somebody speaking in French. A Somali cuck runs this account, by the way. We're just going to end up doing something about these people, man. They're just going to keep on, and it's going to end very ugly for them. Let them stand on what they say and do. That's all you got to do. It's a damn shame because the black community stood for Muhammad Noor as a symbol for the double standards this country has. Yet your bald-headed pirate ass wants to thrash black people for white approval. Why are Somalis like this? It makes no sense. Can someone explain the hate Somali have for black people? I really need to understand because it makes no sense whatsoever given the state of their country. Desert Rat trying to pass as white is the sickest thing I've seen today. Is it like so? Is it because is Mercury retrograde or something? This has just been eye-opening read. You got to be white. Yep. Well, damn. Mall thief who jumped from second level arrested by Abington PD. Well, damn. Not surprised. There's always something fishy behind these stories where an innocent black person killed by evil whitey. He's not dead. I wonder if that video will break through to the mainstream. What video? That's, oh my God. You guys are dumb. Another Somalian. All right. Great read. So all the white trolls showed up. Some say the Somalis have gone too far, but they lack empathy. I understand. They're upset because in just 3 days, Ralph Y'all's GoFundMe has been able to raise the entire GDP of Somaliland. That's crazy. Oh, damn. Turns out did do. Who's up? Yeah, okay. Yep, all the white, look at this. All the white folk come outside. Ah, little blick mongrel. Here we go. It must be another Somali, huh? Yep. Little blick mongrel was trespassing on the territory of Uncle Ralph, y'all. Not saying he deserved to die, but Uncle Ralph had the right to defend his family from this violent beast. Who the fuck is Uncle Ralph? What are you talking about? Oh, Lord. God. Well, all right. There you go. Okay. You got it. You got it. Get it. Y'all wanna y'all just don't care. All right. Let's go on to some other news. Aaron Rodgers just got traded to the Jets so that George Jefferson hairline wearing mother can go root for the Jets 8 times a year. NFL fans were so happy that the Aaron Rodgers trade saga finally came to an end. Nearly 6 weeks ago, Aaron Rodgers made an appearance on the Pat McAfee show and confirmed he wanted to get traded to the New York Jets. At that point, it seemed like the Packers and Jets were at least somewhat close to a trade of the star quarterback. Except that trade didn't happen until now. After a month plus of rumors, ESPN's Adam Schefter, I'm not even going to talk about that. Not even going to go there. Reported on Monday that the Jets and Packers agreed on a trade for Rodgers ahead of the NFL draft. The Packers got a decent haul for Rodgers, receiving pick number 13, a 2023 second round pick, a 6th round pick, and a conditional 2024 second round pick. The Jets received Rodgers, the number 15 pick, and 5th round selection. So they moved down to and got a quarterback. Okay. The trade is obviously huge news for the Jets as they desperately looked for an answer at quarterback amid the major struggles from former number 2 pick Zach Wilson. But for the rest of us, it really means that we all get a chance to stop speculating on if or when Rodgers would get traded. Fans were thrilled to see the saga come to an end. It took way too long. Well, there's that. He got paid. I wonder if he's going to go down the same road as Brett Favre. Miriam R. Hello. Wow, that's a lot of inflammatory statements. Puralizing he's making towards a fellow African. Blacks through the diaspora, ruthless tribalism, twisted on behalf of white supremacy, willing to push it. He's going to learn. I need the pussy to open up his comment thread. You said everything you said was verified. Go stand tall on it. Got plenty of white. Oh no. You got plenty of white people backing you up, so you're good. Oh no. So I go back on Twitter. Tyrese, what are we doing, brother? What are we doing? Told you this is gonna be a free for all. There's gonna be no structure to this show. And Tether's always got FBA in their mouths. Yeah. Tyrese, what are we doing, sir? Tyrese just went on live, they said, and explained why the judge said he had to pay 10 grand a month in child support. Let's hear what he said. He got the Roland Martin fit. He has on the Roland Martin fit.
A friend and my family, Attorney Benjamin Crump, to join me. I am asking Ambassador Andrew Young, the ex-mayor of Atlanta, and one of my nearest beloved brothers and friends to meet me. I'm asking Martin Luther King III, my brother, to meet me in the courthouse. That's what I want. And I want this man to do exactly what he's there to do on that bench, according to the law. That's all. You know what else I'm going to ask? I'm going to ask all of the other judges and anybody who can step in and help me out to do a specific review, pull up all the transcripts for every father that Judge Farmer has ever had to be on the bench for, and I want you to pull up the transcripts and really pick up and point out his conduct. Because as y'all can imagine, see, if he did the shit to me, imagine what he's been doing to all of these other fathers of all races.
Brother Tyrese, let me help you out. You can easily go do that yourself, sir. Court cases are usually public knowledge after they're over. You can easily have your lawyer go get that. Easily. You just need the docket number or the case or the defendants and plaintiffs in the case. You can go do that yourself. If you think you were wronged and you think this judge is playing with men You go handle that. You can be an advocate for child support being lobbied harshly against men, but you got to put in the work.
In that courtroom. Imagine that. So if you a blogger, press, media, Atlanta Journal, you name it, you have to fill out some documents as a press and media journalist called a Rule 22, RULE 22. That way you can set up cameras and you can document everything that's going to be discussed. Because this is all public record and public knowledge, there's nothing confidential about our case. It's all very public. We are going to be discussing Samantha's motion for contempt because she's in contempt of court. We're going to be discussing Special Master's motion for contempt. We're also going to be discussing Samantha's motion for attorney's fees. And we're also going to be discussing my motion for attorney's fees. You were supposed to pay for your own attorney since you want to argue about the validity of our court case and our marriage and our prenuptial agreement.
I like you, Tyrese, but I'm sorry. Why did you do this, sir? Why did you do this live? Why? No, I'm sorry. He did this 2 days ago. Why would you do this? You just gave your ex-wife more ammunition to use against you, sir. Real gangsters move in silence. You could have gotten all your motions and your research and your discoveries done without telling the whole world what the hell you're going to do. No good, brother.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man. Now y'all going too far, man. You going too far, man.
Twitter is the greatest place ever. Twitter is the greatest place ever. The amount of things, the amount of content I got off of Twitter that helped the channel grow. I have to thank the Bird app. Tabernacle. I've accomplished, no, yes, just disable it. Let's go. Come on, let's get to the show. Via Sports Kita. I've accomplished my goals. Leah Thompson wishes to transition back to male after feeling guilt. Miriam said he's another clown that doesn't need access to media. He does more harm than good. Yes, I still did not forgive this man for having on a chef's jacket in his hibachi room and he started twerking. I can't forgive that man for that. Still Kevin Trees, hello. Seems like Tyrus about to start smoking that pesticide pack. God. Thinking Space, hello. He's communicating with his people. So Leah Thomas wants to go back to being a dude. Oh boy. Oh, it's not been hasn't been a good week for him now, has it?
The Transformers.
Hasn't been a good week for the Transformers. It has not been a good week. Oh man, let's read. Leah Thomas has been making headlines since coming out as a transgender athlete. Although a community of athletes has come out and supported her, many have criticized her for competing in the female category and blocking the titles from her. In a recent interview with Allied Sports correspondent Skip Tetaluda, NCAA champion Thomas came out saying she had achieved all her goals and now wishes to return as a male. Quote, I've accomplished my goals. I think I did all I set out to do. I won first place in the 500. I dated a man as a woman. I think I've reached the end of this journey. You could have dated a man as a man. What? You could have dated a man as a man.
What the hell?
What the hell? What the?
You could have dated a man as a man. This is what you wanted to be like? You could have did that as a man. Let's continue reading. According to Leah Thomas, she has achieved all the milestones as a female swimmer and her journey has come to an end. She recalled an event in which a female swimmer tied her for fifth position for 200 yards. For the fifth position. She even felt guilty about blocking the titles from female swimmers.
To me, a nigga cannot fight for
You felt bad.
Oh, I know I don't think I see what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking.
You felt bad. You were doing all this, getting all the attention, and you felt, now you're saying you felt bad. You felt bad. You felt bad. All that attention you got, all that fame you got, all those pundits backing your play. And now you got the audacity to ruin those records, ruin those young girls who put in all that work over the years to get to that point. And now your punk ass gonna sit up there and say you felt bad. But you got to date a man out of it as a woman.
Gonna equal up to this real shit. Yeah, fuck that nigga talking about. Yeah, fuck that nigga talking about.
We're not calling you Leah Thomas anymore. Your new name is Starscream. Your new name is Starscream. And I'm talking about the 86 version, the one with that annoying voice. Miriam said, whole bunch of laughing 100. Transformers are just all over the place. You just use that as an excuse to accomplish getting goals as a so-called woman that couldn't attain as a man. I'm white and I say so, white privilege. Facts. Unbelievable. Every news pundit that stumped for this idiot, I look at you different.
But you get on the floor for this clown. He's a bum. He's trash. And you know it. And every time you bring him up, I'm going to let the world know exactly what he is.
Oh my God. Whereas, hello, they say Tucker Carlson quit. No, they mutually parted ways, and his last show was Friday. So he will not be on the air today. I hate Starscream. I hate Starscream. Leah Starscream Thomas. I hate her. She's about up there with the chick who was at the damn K Street rally after Biden and Harris got certified. The chick in the Louisiana sweater. Boy, that chick, I hate that woman. I hate that with a passion. Y'all don't understand with a passion I hate her. I got something for you, Starscream.
Is she stupid or is she dumb? Because I think she might be both. Is she stupid or is she dumb? Because I think she might be both.
Jariah, hello. The Young Cucks. You listen to the Young Cucks. Young Cucks is saying Tucker wanted to get fired whilst Don Lemonade didn't. Don Lemon was fired the day he yelled at them two white women that he worked with on the show. His days were numbered. He should have known that. Tucker, I don't know about Tucker. I think the lawsuit had a lot to do with the reason why they got rid of him. What do I think about the TYT? I don't like him. I never did. They strike me as, first off, they don't like black people, but they try to mask it as, oh, we're only going after BLM. You don't like black folks. That's number one. Number two, they consistently lie. Consistently. And even when they're called out on it, they try to double down on it. Three, Chunk Yogurt loves to think he a tough guy. He not that tough. Anna Kasparian is a known liar. But people give her credit way too much because she might say something once every 3 months that's on point. Oh no, I don't like them. Hold on 1 second. I'll let y'all listen to this.
Please understand, these folks have public positions, positions of high public trust. You give someone a gun and a badge and immunity, and they are flagrantly racist, that is a problem. You put somebody in a position of policy authority, they can do damage that cannot be unraveled for 100 years based on policy. And at the same time, gaslighting you, telling you this has nothing to do with race, this has nothing to do with bigotry, this has nothing to do with bias, all while passing laws adverse to communities of color. Well, now we have it on record. The sheriff's office, they're more concerned about the protocol of how it got on record. That's what an attorney is for, Cheryl, not you. You heard people plotting to commit crimes against citizens. That's what you heard. But instead of taking that investigation to the natural conclusion, you're citing a law that should only be cited in the rules of evidence for court, not a charge. This is more dangerous than you can probably imagine. While some may look at this as individuals engaged in a private conversation and it should be left private, please understand these folks have public positions, positions of high public trust. You give someone a gun and a badge and immunity, and they are flagrantly racist, that is a problem. You put somebody in a position of policy authority, they can do damage that cannot be unraveled for 100 years based on policy. And at the same time, gaslighting you, telling you this has nothing to do with race, this has nothing to do with bigotry, this has nothing to do with bias, all while passing laws adverse to communities of color. Well, now we have it on record. The sheriff's office, they're more concerned about the protocol of how it got on record. That's what an attorney is for, Cheryl, not you. You heard people plotting to commit crimes against citizens. That's what you heard. But instead of taking that investigation to the natural conclusion, you're citing a law that should only be cited in the rules of evidence for court, not a charge.
People love calling. People love calling me during the show. All right, so somebody asked, Ray S asked, who is this new Negro? That was Dr. Rashad Ritchie. And yeah.
This is
he's for me, he's one of those. I've talked to some people, they say he on code. I need to see more of him. So I'm going to this is what he said about reparations.
The concept of reparations, because some people get it confused with a handout. You see, reparations means repair. That's what it means.
Sure.
Typically in the context.
Sorry, because I know they're going to cut it off.
Let me say this about the concept of reparations, because some people get it confused with a handout. You see, reparations means repair. That's what it means. Typically in the context of governmental repair. And in order for you to get to that repair, you must acknowledge that something has been broken. Once you acknowledge something has been broken, you then seek to find what or who broke it, because they are responsible to fix it. Well, in this case, we're talking about the United States government. The government broke it. So when there's an argument about, well, this is about white people paying for black people. Hell no. I pay taxes. That means that my tax dollars will go to the same reparations that we're trying to correct. Everybody pays taxes in America, all right, virtually. So you go to this argument of, well, they're not ready for the money. That's basically what Dr. Field is saying. Now, he tried to straighten it up afterwards by saying, oh, hey, I'm talking about any group of people. No, you weren't. That the whole damn show, sir, is about reparations to black folk, not just reparations. Reparations to black people was your show. So let's go down the list here. All right. There is a substantial history of the United States government providing financial assets to white citizens when it did not provide similar assets to black citizens, said the professor. The U.S. government gave 1.5 million white families in the United States 160-acre land grants in the Western Territories under the Homestead Act of 1860. These folks did not know how to even farm. That was a transfer that has resulted in a situation in which 45 million living white Americans are continuing to benefit from those same land patents. It takes Dr. King's speech breaking this down to give you a full appreciation for how it created immediate, instant generational wealth for white families only in the United States of America. And then they gave them money, training. There's more. By 1992, I want to remind you of this. By 1992, the US government eventually dispersed more than 1.6 billion. That's equivalent to 3.67 billion in 2021 in reparations to 82,219 Japanese Americans who have been illegally incarcerated during that saga. Once again, wholly inappropriate as far as the number is concerned, completely undervalued here for what carnage they created. But it is a reparations package that the government passed. They did not wax poetic about, will the Japanese be able to spend this money the right way before we give it to them? No, that was not the conversation before. There's more. After World War II, Congress created the Indian Claims Commission to pay compensation to any federally recognized tribe for land. Once again, wholly inappropriate for what they did, but still a form of reparations. Government repair through the payment of dividends or even other benefits. Not enough? Well, slave owners received reparations as well. On April 16, 1862, President Abraham Lincoln signed a bill emancipating enslaved people in Washington, the end of a long struggle. But to ease the slave owners' pain, the District of Columbia Emancipation Act also paid those loyal to the Union up to $300 for every enslaved person freed. That's right, slave owners got reparations. Enslaved African Americans got nothing for their generations of stolen bodies, snatched children, and expropriated labor other than their mere release from legal bondage.
Hell, even prisoners in the penal system right now, all that work they get those checks, even though they only make pennies a day. But y'all's ancestors still ain't get paid for building this country.
There you have it. So next time Dr. Phil would like to provide his conclusive way of not giving Black people what they already earned, I want you to keep something in mind, Doc. You know how many families get generational wealth transfer? Their money. Deal with it. All right.
All right. So what y'all think about that, family? What y'all think about that? And if y'all want to come up, the link is in chat. But yes, I agree with everything the brother said. Yes, the link is in there. You know, hey, McFack, you know he can't say black. You know he can't. He's going to piss people off. You know he can't say it. I agree with him. Y'all need to get paid. You're going to pay everybody else, might as well pay them. Or tell all them people get back the money. Be Indian givers. But yeah. Rashad. What else? Apparently the Flash movie is coming out tomorrow. I didn't even know this. I thought it was coming out later in the week. Are we watching the Flash movie? I know it's Ezra Miller. Are we watching it? But before we talk about that, they put out a picture online of the Daughters of Triton for the Little Mermaid movie. Yes, they did. Let's pull this up. Now, this is a Target ad. So these are supposed to be the 7 Daughters of Triton, one for each sea, ocean, whatever you want to call it. Reyes, hello.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. You know, so the guy, what's his name again?
Rashad Ritchie.
Rashad Ritchie. Oh, like Lionel Richie. Okay. Yeah, I think that's my second time seeing him. I've seen him floating around social media. But what he said was spot on, but I think it's like he's placating to the audience, you know. He's saying what he thinks we want to hear.
Well, that wouldn't work here because we're not their target audience. We're not the Young Turks target audience.
Who is their audience? I've never
white
figured
folk.
out.
White folk.
Yeah. What kind of white folk?
They're white, the lefty white folk, the white liberals.
Super liberal? Okay.
Not really. He lost that crowd. They lost that crowd after Trump got in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because he kept saying, "Oh, Hillary was going to wash him," and when he started, let me tell you something. The broadcast they did that night of the 2016 election, and they started seeing Trump start winning and the meltdown. Boy, we were online laughing.
See,
I was fodder for years.
Yeah, I wasn't even tuned in because I assumed.
I didn't watch them either. It's just people were floating around the clips, like that clip. Like somebody took the
I'm
live
gonna look
stream.
it up.
Yeah, somebody took the live stream and cut it up, and he was all confident before the night. He was there. This is when they still had the great background. He was like, "Yeah, if Hillary gonna beat Trump single-handedly, he ain't got no shot." Then he was like, "Okay, calm down, guys. He won this state. He was supposed to win it. It's a Republican state. It's okay." But then when he started winning, like when he started leading in Florida, they started panicking. Then he started leading in Pennsylvania. They panicked. When he won, I forgot what state it was. It might have been, was it Michigan? One of them states up that Hillary needed to stop him. He had a meltdown. It was hilarious. Yeah, and then when he won, they were like, "It's over. This country's over." And I was like, "Okay."
I'm trying to find a clip right now for later, but I've never seen that because I was surprised. I was surprised too. I didn't pay attention because I assumed Hillary would win just like everybody.
The whole world
else.
thought that. She had $1 billion plus behind her. Everybody thought that. I was watching the election while I was at my parents' house. As soon as he won Ohio, I said, "It's over." And it wasn't over yet. And I was like, as soon as he won Ohio, I was like, "It's over." And I turned it off and went to sleep. And I woke up in the morning. CNN was crying. Fox News was jubilant. MSNBC didn't know what to do. I went to work. People were like, "I can't believe this. I can't believe Trump won." I was like, "He's a white man. What did you expect?"
I had coworkers who were actually crying. It's not they were crying, but they were sobbing. Like you could tell. Especially the white females, to be honest, not to be sexist, but you could see like the wear and tear on their face. They just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it too. I can't lie. To this day, I can't believe he won that presidency. And I don't know. Do you know if he'll run again?
He already announced November 15, 2022 that he was running again.
Oh, really?
So we're in the throes of it right now.
Wow. Yeah, because I kind of like removed myself from national politics and focus on local. So
well, here you go. Here's a little taste. Here's a little taste.
Let me see this.
Jubilation and tears.
Now that first clip was all the way in India. They love that man over there, just like they love that man in Japan. They love that man.
Love who?
Trump. Oh, you didn't know
this?
Oh,
really? They love him in India?
Yes. How the world reacted to Donald Trump becoming the new U.S. president. People across Asia were the first to digest the news, where it was met with a mixed message.
Trump's victory may cause harm to Pakistan. He has given live statements that he is anti-Islam, anti-Muslim.
I'm not happy about Trump. I don't like him. I wanted to see a woman become president.
Why don't they mind their business?
Because everybody knows that the way America goes, the way the world's for. Hold on one second. Jay the Informant. That's the link for anybody to come up. It's a free for all today. It is a free for all. So we can talk about anything.
Applauded in the corridors of power, as well as in the streets of Moscow.
I think perhaps Trump is better than Hillary. Why? I think his attitude towards Russia is more loyal than Hillary's.
I think relations will be more pragmatic. Less ideology, more economy.
In Europe, it may be a tad too early to talk Trump policy. The continent, it seems, is still numb over the shock result.
Oh nein, wie schrecklich.
That is horrible, really. Donald Trump won. That is horrible. I got goosebumps. That is so bad.
It's not good.
It makes me feel very afraid because I think that all the values that we've worked to achieve since the end of the war, mediated by the Americans, are now reversed.
The concern now is that the Trump win will further spread far-right sentiment across the region, in particular in France, which has seen a rise in anti-immigrant rhetoric.
I'm afraid for the future of young people. We are building a very strange world for them. Countries are turning inwards, and it will be a catastrophe.
Funny thing, they sent this in 2016, and now in 2023, they're all for kicking the immigrants out.
Well, in Europe, right?
In France.
Yeah, I know. They're all for that, man. And the thing about Europeans, period, they're very flip-flop. They're flip-floppy. They're politically unreliable.
Yes.
They change at the easiest with the breeze. It's like they never stay 10 toes down.
Well, why would they? I mean, France is trying to get in BRICS. Why would they?
Yeah.
Really not feeling good at all.
Here in the UK, there is definitely a sense of deja vu. Some politicians had ruled out Brexit, but the public, as you know, had a very different view. Now, with the Trump victory, the similarities really are uncanny, proving once more that those who hold the reins of power may have very different view as large parts of the country.
A lot of tough things going on right now that it could add a lot of fuel to fire that we don't need.
What does it mean? Do you think it was all hot air?
Where is this we're going? What's happening? Like, who are we supporting? Who are role models? It's really
Should be your parents, dum-dum.
You know?
Scary.
Now it's up to the president-elect to dampen fears and uncertainty and prove to the world that he won't fan the flames of division. Isa Suarez, CNN, London.
Oh,
London.
This is the BBC. Motherfuckers. But yeah, if he runs again, I don't know if he'll win. I don't think. I mean,
well, he's got an uphill road because he's going to have to answer for that vaccine, and he's going to have to answer for what he says online, and he's also going to have to answer for
what
his base. It's not going to be easy.
What is his base?
MAGA. He's going to have to answer for them. Yeah.
What did they do?
Well, he's going to have to answer for January 6th.
Oh, okay.
He's going to have to answer for his business dealings. He's going to have to answer for his, they're going to bring up the fact that he really didn't help black people. It's a lot of things. He's going to have an uproar. It's going to be worse than 2016. 2016, he was playing with house money. Now he's coming in with 50 grand on the table, and he has a shot of losing it all. So he's got an uphill fight.
But honestly, did he do anything bad to black people compared to this presidency and Obama? Like,
I mean, they're both white supremacists, but if you had to compare apples to apples, no. I'd rather him got another 4, fix what he messed up, and then get out of here.
Yeah. Because Biden, this America is shitty. I don't know who doesn't pay attention, but Biden's doing a terrible job.
Well, don't tell them that. They'll get mad at you.
I don't care. I don't believe in the whole, what do they call it? The lock vote. when it comes to black people and the Democrats,
Mhm.
I don't believe that's nonsense. So I don't care what any black person says. We shouldn't stay loyal to a party that does nothing for us.
Fair use.
All right, well, the Young Turks special election day coverage, regular show.
Huh? This is it.
Yes, this is it. This is the legend. This is the legendary clip.
No, let me see.
And folk, them white people lost their mind.
The hell is
And
that?
one in
So you
Nebraska.
even have Wisconsin and Minnesota, which is, come on.
It just means that we can take them off a more fun part of the board.
Also,
and,
look,
and
Trump-
give them to Hillary Clinton. But yeah, I got you. We could obviously move those over to Hillary Clinton right now if you want.
That was in Wisconsin. He won Wisconsin. They couldn't believe it.
Look, this election's over, okay?
Facts.
Trump cannot win. He can't win for
Facts.
a number of reasons.
Everybody said facts.
His xenophobia, racism, sexism, and all that gets Latinos and other groups to vote in large numbers. He's incompetent.
And then
He's
Trump
just
said-
flat out incompetent. So I always thought this election
Oh,
was
you
over a long time
motherfuckers.
ago, because you don't,
Okay.
you don't just make up that
All
ground
right.
in an instant.
I'm putting
That
cases
takes
on
months
all
and
you
months of
bitches.
preparation, which you never did. But I think Hillary will have 320 electoral votes when it's all said and done, plus or minus 5. So I never bought into your fear mongering.
I think that most of us at this point are actually doing really well with predictions, despite our primary, during the primaries being so far off. I think one thing is that for the most part, general elections, there's some really great data, give or take a couple states where polling isn't great. But for the most part, I mean, listen, yes, there's going to be the secret Trump voter. There's also going to be the secret Hillary voter. And every qualified pollster I've spoken to realizes that those numbers pretty much cancel.
And who was the secret Trump voter? Everybody say it with me, say it loud, and say it proud.
The white ladies.
There you go.
The
There
kitten,
you go.
the kitten hat ladies.
Not even them. Not even them.
Not the kitten cats.
The regular old-fashioned white woman.
Yeah, they're all the same to me.
They said, I ain't finna. You think I'm gonna vote for a woman to run me? No, sir.
You know, because there's nothing a woman dislikes more than another woman with power over her.
Fact. Miriam, hello.
Hi there, brother. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Or good evening, wherever you're at. Yeah, I find this very interesting. I was trying all that time just to set my situation up so I can come on. Relating back to when you were talking about the immigrants, the fact that how they were freaking out when Trump was elected, and they was like, oh my God, he's going to be anti-immigration and this and that. But yet, as you were saying when, right before I left, that it's very interesting because they've adopted these same policies. They're kicking all immigrants out of their nations, or shall I say the Black immigrants. And yeah, that's very weird. So I'll continue to listen so I can catch up on her, what you all are saying about her. Thank you.
No problem. You're welcome.
Oh, she's leaving?
No, I'm
Each
here.
other out. So I think it's going to be a big win for Hillary.
And those last-minute polls that had swung in Hillary Clinton's direction,
Right.
gave us I don't know about you guys, it gave me a little bit of relief, right? Because I was worried that it was tightening over the weekend, and then the surge did not come for Trump, according to the polling. It came for Hillary Clinton. Now, right now, there isn't anything too much to be worried about. She could lose Florida, by the way, and Ohio, and North Carolina, and still win.
That is true. She could have.
Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Buckle up.
54-41.
Trump.
Yeah.
No.
161,000, 123,000.
No. I'm now actually worried. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, because y'all were still hoping she was gonna have that blue wall up where Michigan is at. Yeah, how'd that work?
I'll tell you, look, it got quiet in here the minute we started reporting these real results.
Yep.
And if that continues, there is going to be appalling.
So we're about halfway done with counting in Florida, getting close to halfway done, and Trump with a 100,000 vote lead. That's a lot of early votes.
Right, that has already changed. So Ben, what's the latest in Florida? What is the percentage? 44%.
49.8, 2.5 points, 2.4 point lead for Hillary.
She has a 2.4 point lead. Everybody, don't panic. She's here comes Hillary.
By the way, Anna got off the stage to go cry, so they put in this white guy here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, the girl.
She had to,
oh,
she had to go take a break.
Oh, wow. I didn't
Yeah.
pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you are on Trump team right now, you're back.
Right.
You had the same moment we had about 20 minutes ago, where you're like, "Wait a minute, she's not only up in Florida, but she's up in New Hampshire and Ohio and North Carolina."
Here we go.
Electoral college right now, 60 to 44. Donald Trump is retaking the lead from Hillary Clinton. That part is totally irrelevant.
So he got a 9 state.
How the hell is that irrelevant? He was leading Virginia. How is that irrelevant? That's DC crowd. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? But all right. They were being hopefully optimistic.
Who did they call?
But
Alabama.
Oh,
following
God.
we didn't declare Tennessee, but now Alabama is gone.
Tennessee and Alabama have gone to Donald Trump. This is devastating news / irrelevant. Back on the Young Turks election coverage, I have 2 things to report. 1, it's panic time.
Mm-hmm.
2, I'm on my 3rd cup of coffee. Now shit gets real.
Wow, it just dropped 5%. The calculation, hold on, this is serious. So the calculation that the New York Times has had is a running prediction of winning the presidency. Last time I glanced at it, John, I don't know if you've been looking at that win presidency meter below the states, below the map. Well, it was it was at 80% an hour ago for Clinton.
What is it now?
68%.
Okay, God damn it.
Dude look like a Sean Penn reject, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
New Hampshire is flipped. He's now leading 48-47. So he's leading in Florida, Virginia, New Hampshire, North Carolina, and Ohio is now an 8-point lead for Trump.
Here's what just happened. And this thing was at 80% 2 hours ago when we were talking the upshot in the New York Times forecast of who's likely to win. Donald Trump, now the favorite to win the presidency.
Jesus.
Some
Right.
the president of the United States. It increases literally with every moment that a state like Virginia gets closer to being called.
Keep
This
going.
is the most
Keep going.
thing I have
Wait till
ever
they get
had.
wait till they get to Pennsylvania. They lose it.
We've been on the air. Nobody else has called it yet. I'm calling it. It's a 10-point lead with 51% reporting, 53-43 for Trump. Trump's going to win Ohio. So Ohio is now gone. Now, I've got my New York Times likelihood of winning updating because I had to switch out and refresh on my iPad here. Trump, and it goes, and it kept going. It's like 50, 51, 52, 50. 61% chance of winning for Donald Trump.
This is insane.
Oh, wow. For the Trump presidency, brace for impact.
Yes,
New York
sir.
Times now saying the chance of a Trump presidency is 92%.
What did he say?
Brace for impact.
Chances of a Trump presidency, 92%.
Look at his face.
That's what he said.
You pause it right at the right moment. Look at his face. It's a face of disbelief. This dude.
Again, Hillary had $1 billion plus behind her.
For the most part, the Young Turks show, and that is the founder right there. They're on point with a lot of issues, and they give a lot of pushback against discrimination and racism. But they are such damn diehard Democratic shills and have a lot of those views and talking points, of course, because I'm not down with the being a pro-abortion, and I'm not down with the anti-gun, and I'm not down, things of that nature. They lose me on that, but for the most part, they give like Tucker Carlson and other counterparts that, well, now he's out of a job. But as you say, he got enough cushion from, isn't he part of the Swan dynasty or something like that?
Swanson dynasty.
Yeah,
Yep.
Swanson. Oh well, look at there. More what you would call institutional racism, families draped in blood money. But yeah, for the most part, they're pretty cool. And I dig Dr. Ritchie. Of course, like you said, Brother Kid Gravity, when he's held, foot to the fire, it's only so much he could get away with saying, but you know how he really feels. If he can really come out and say what he want to say, he would, but for the most part, he get most of it in there. But I feel he could do a lot of, get a lot more in there. But yeah. And I'll yield my time. I'll let someone else speak. But that's how I feel about it for the most part.
A black Somali suspect.
Tucker.
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 The terror. The terror. Well, we call this place Rebel
Say it,
Headquarters,
chunk
and we
yogurt.
were rebelling against the establishment. And now this will be true Rebel Headquarters as Trump and his cronies begin their march against our freedoms.
How did that? Right, the March Against Your Freedoms. Yet you've had some of the biggest gains since he was in office, but we're not going to talk about that, right? We're not going to talk about that. All right. Got it. Got it. You made so much money when Trump was in office, but you don't want to say that. By the way, if y'all want to impress me, the Young Turks, talk about what's going on in Turkey and the Armenians. Please talk about the Armenians. Talk about the Armenians. Impress me. Because the one time somebody mentioned the Armenians to Anna Kasparian, she was ready to go fight.
Facts.
She said, "Cash me outside."
Mad.
How about that?
She was spitting mad.
Oh, she was mad.
Talk about how historically pathetic the Democratic Party is. The Democratic Party is gone. Before the election, we talked about, there might be a Republican civil war. I didn't talk about it, but the rest.
Next time, hide your chest hair, sir.
Oh,
next time, do that. Next time, do that for me. But you talking about the Democrat Party was done, sir. Your Democrat Party put $1 billion behind their candidate. $1 billion, and you still lost. Y'all put $1 billion behind Biden, and he barely won. Yeah. And now everybody sees the Democrats as what they really are. People that can't stimulate an economy and who want war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear about the Chinese undercover officers in New York?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
We've been on that. Oh, yeah, we've been on that.
Okay. Yeah. That if that's not a sign of trying to spark,
they're not the only ones. The Jews are too, but we're not gonna go there because they get mad.
Why does every Caribbean mention the Jews? I spoke to my cousin, my distant cousin, about that. Why do you guys do that?
Why is because you know what it is?
What? And I used to think it was my brother because I used to speak to my brother.
A lot of Caribbeans mention them Jews because you know what it is, especially if you come from New York. They're all over the Caribbean community.
I know.
You can't help to see them.
Okay, so let me say what I said to my distant relative over Facebook because he just blurted it out. And again, I used to think it was my brother because I lived out west, but I spoke to my brother while he lived on the East Coast. He would do the same thing, so I thought it was him. But I'm going to say what I said to my distant cousin. You guys rented apartments from them. You bought their homes in Canarsie when you first moved there. So you can't lay with the snake and get mad when the snake bites you.
No, you're exactly right. But a lot of them don't. They missed the boat. A lot of them did. Because the Caribbean folk, a lot of them missed the boat. They sat there and like you said, bought the homes from them and built it up, and now they're coming back to go get them. And they're taking the first offer they give them.
Yeah, and I mean, then on top of that, when they bought the homes, then they started renting out the halls where you used to live, like in East Flatbush. Like you know how you guys used to have the bashments and stuff, you know, with the video camera and everybody's covering their face.
What about that, bro? And they busting it wide open.
Yeah, man. But bottom line is, so they let you buy the homes, but then they rented out the halls, which you could have used to generate real income instead of that side money where you make your little plates of food and you dance all night. Instead, you can hold actual events like during the day, anytime you want. But yeah, so I just think like you guys mentioned them a lot. My cousin does the same thing. You guys all. My father used to do that too, actually. When I think
it's a Caribbean thing.
Yeah.
That's mainly the reason, is because they're all coming back to the Caribbean neighborhoods now.
Yeah, they are. And I remember when it started to happen, it was maybe the 95 Labor Day parade. Of course, you guys call it the West Indian Day parade now. And on Eastern Parkway, they started putting the little police barricades in front of their homes. And yeah, everybody noticed. Yeah, they're coming back.
Yeah, they over there on Kingston Avenue strong.
Yeah, they're all through there, and now they're going to Jersey. Now they're going to I forgot the name of the street in Jersey City, but from what I heard, now they're being priced out of certain parts of Brooklyn, and now they're going to Jersey City. If they're not being priced out, they're expanding to Jersey City. But but I would like to say this. This is the part that I left out, almost left out. This is something I said to my distant cousin, same person. I think you guys have that feeling because of what you just said. You see them everywhere. So you have a physical representation of them, right? So when I lived out west, we all know the history of Hollywood, right? This is not anti-Semitic. They've written it in books. You can go get the book How Hollywood Was Built, or I forgot the title, but Google it, you'll find it. And so they're out there, but they don't dress the same way. You can't see them in yarmulkes with the curly sideburns, not frequently at least. So for you guys see, you guys see them more regularly in their regalia. So I think you internalize that image, and then instead of looking at them as what they are white people. That's just what they are.
But you gotta remember, this is the same folk who try to distinguish themselves.
Yeah, they could
being black.
I mean, they aren't black. I mean, they aren't. I mean, they're white. I mean, I get where you're coming from, because they had this whole "We Are One Rainbow Coalition" hustle, but all immigrant groups do that, But with them, it seems like people, at least Caribbeans, just don't want to see them as white, just white with a little seasoning and flavoring. That's all they are. So why separate and focus on them instead of the whole white group? Because when you do that, they'll weaponize their whiteness against you and then clutch their pearls and do the fake outrage.
Say it again.
Yeah, because the whole Kanye thing really ticked me off, because for Kanye, it goes like this. He's complaining about an industry only 0.001% of us even want to participate in. And that's fashion and entertainment. But what about construction, where a large portion of us can participate? Who runs that? We know who runs that in New York. The Italians. What about armed guard security or the police department or fire department? Who runs that? We all know that. The Irish. So why focus on the Jew or the Jewish people? Because they run certain industries allegedly, But that's just me. But yeah, excuse me for going into that, little spiel. But I'm still, dumbfounded by it. That's all.
Yeah, well, they got to wake up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. I don't know.
But you know why they ain't going to wake up?
Why?
Because the census in New York now allows you to identify by your nationality.
When did that happen? Let me look that
2020.
2020.
Oh, yeah.
You mean Caribbean, and you could put
that.
Yeah,
You could put what? Yeah, they ask you.
Yeah.
They ask you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they be like, "Oh, black? Oh yeah, where from?"
Yeah.
I
saw that.
But hey, that's for the Biden in Brooklyn. This is your fault. Have fun with it. You deal with it and figure it out before they recall your ass back to the Young Turks having a meltdown.
Yeah, play that, man.
So
It's over.
Stop talking about.
Oh, we got
what
more.
The Republicans do, right?
Okay.
No. The question is, what are what's the Democratic Party going to do to rise from the ashes? Because they are in ashes. And I'll tell you this right now: we are in total fucking war. Okay. I'm not talking about the Republican Party. Yeah, sure. I'm happy to be at war with them. I'm happy to be at war with Trump, and it looks like I'm going to be for 4 years. But I'm at war with the Democratic Party. This corporatist, weak, spineless, pathetic party. So the DNC, you think we're coming for you? You're goddamn right we're coming for you. We're going to pulverize the DNC. We're going to rip it to shreds so that none of those idiot loser corporatists could ever screw up an election like this again. New York Times now has it at 95% chance that Donald Trump is going to be president. North Carolina has been called. This goes to Donald Trump. And Wisconsin and Michigan still leaning red. Brought to you by the fucking morons at the Democratic Party.
Boy, he lost his total crap out there. He
I
was so
never saw
butthurt.
this.
It
He
was
did.
terrible.
Yes, he did. That was such a great night. If you were on YouTube that night, that was a legendary night. Especially.
Well, look, first of all, congratulations. Both of you guys we're
not there yet.
Well, you're further than anybody said you would be. And I have enough.
Come on, get to the crying.
I was raised well enough to say when you outdo.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
When you outdo expectations.
Get to the crying.
Good for you. But there's another side of this. People have talked about a miracle. I'm hearing about a nightmare.
Here we go.
It's hard to be a parent tonight for a lot of us.
What?
You tell your kids, don't be a bully. You tell your kids, don't be a bigot. You tell your kids, do your homework.
You mean like Hillary? Hillary wasn't a bigot?
Right. Labor and all black.
Miss Super Predator?
Say that. Thug babies. Say that. Predator thug babies. Yes.
Miss, I'm in support of the 3 strikes law. The Biden crime bill. But all right.
Exactly.
Right.
And be prepared. And then you have this outcome, and you have people putting children to bed tonight.
Uh-huh.
And they're afraid of breakfast.
No, they're not.
They're afraid of, how do I explain this to my children?
Their children don't care. Their children don't care.
Right.
Okay. So what? Oh, Van Jones.
Mr. Crybaby.
It's easier to be a parent again.
Oh, yeah. That's what he said after the last election, right?
Yeah, when Biden won. It's easier to be a parent. What are you crying for? And then he got $100 million.
Oh, yeah, he got paid. Who gave them? I think, was it Bezos?
Bezos, yeah, Bezos, ex-old lady.
Exactly.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Yeah.
Film animation art, hello.
How on earth is it easier to be a parent when you're taking all the jobs and stability away from the citizens of this country, along with passing and committing all type of pedophile acts?
Miss Miriam, you ain't said nothing but a word.
Yes, sir.
Tabernacle. Who would like to see Biden coming outside claiming that everybody in the nation, their kids are America's kids?
Yeah.
He said it.
Rebecca put a teacher's creed into words when she said, "There's no such thing as someone else's child. No such thing as someone else's child. Our nation's children are all our children."
My child is not your child, sir. So sit down somewhere. You sniff my child. Let me not say that.
Okay. I feel you though.
Let me not say it.
I'm going to fight all these urges, my brother.
Because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble.
Fool this man!
Just some good trouble.
Next year is going to be so much fun. But for y'all, since I got guests, we might as well just get into it. It'll be quick. Twitter things. All right, y'all know how we do Twitter things. I curate videos on Twitter for the past week, and we either laugh about it or we have a conversation. We're gonna have a conversation. This seems weird to me. I don't know what's going on. Dude said a whole thing. Dude said years ago his ex-wife tried to kill him with their kid in his arms. Fast forward to now, second video, she just got jammed up with a murder charge. Okay, let's see.
What is this?
Yeah, I got shot when I was 23. I married a young lady that everybody was telling me not to, but I was like, look, y'all don't understand our love. So we get into a huge argument one day, and the first time I tried to leave,
Wait a minute. Was he drinking on a Budweiser?
We get into a huge argument one day, and the first time I tried to leave, she ran out the house and like hit the windshield with a shovel and like shattered the windshield.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Not too long after that, we get into another argument. So I had a pistol on deck at all times. So she wouldn't grab it. Like, you're not going to leave this time. You're going to listen to me finish this argument. I was holding our son at the time, right? I turn to leave. She shoots me in the forearm. The bullet goes through my forearm and goes across his forehead. I'm looking at my son. His face is bleeding. My arm's bleeding. I set my son down and I look. She's got the gun pointed at my head, bro. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to leave.
Why would you set your kid down? Sir, why would you set your kid down? You get out of that situation. Why are you setting your kid down?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let him finish.
All I could do was close my eyes, and all I heard was click.
Oh shit.
So then she's messing with the gun. The only thing I can think of, like, if I try to run, she go shoot me in the back. So I just ran.
You zigzag, you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. I think
towards
that's
her and just turned into.
Yeah, I think this guy is from Craig Facts. I think that's where I've seen him. He's a comedian, right?
I don't know.
Okay. Excuse me.
A few months ago, I did a podcast talking about how my ex-wife shot me. A clip of that video went viral. Here it is. Now, if you know that story, you know that I was holding our 2-year-old son during an argument. My ex-wife pulled a gun on me, shot me in the forearm. The bullet went through my forearm, grazed his forehead. Then she pointed the gun at my face and squeezed the trigger, and the gun jammed. God protected me. What you don't know is that I divorced her immediately. I got custody of our son, and she did 3 years in prison. She went on with her life. I went on with mine. Quick update, she just got arrested for murdering her boyfriend. It's all over the news. A Georgia woman was arrested years after the body of a man was.
That was the one.
Wow.
That was the
so she's the same one that killed dude?
That was the same one.
What's her name?
Wow.
Found in
there you go.
Alabama.
I think you said it. Her.
Long story short, she found out her boyfriend was cheating, shot him in the head 3 times while he was asleep. All right, here's the moral of the story. If you find out somebody is cheating on you, just leave.
Yeah.
If you're in an abusive situation, just leave. And also, always stay prayed up.
I have something to say about that immediately.
Yes,
no,
ma'am.
this poor excuse for a woman was sick and demented. She probably needed an exorcism, because who in their right mind fires, no matter how angry you are at your spouse, yell, holler, strike, let alone get a weapon, be it a knife or a gun, to fire a gun at him while he's holding your child that could have easily, your child would have been gone, just shot in the head because it went through his forearm. No one gets to that amount of anger, and justly so, and just try to justify it. There's no explanation for that other than this person is chemically imbalanced, and maybe also probably using drugs. I don't know.
Marijuana.
But that is definitely what type? Laced and with remnants of ice or crack, because I couldn't imagine regular marijuana making anyone behave like that. Most people be in a meditative state or a creative state if they do indulge. So yeah, this person was a waste of space for the planet. And I pray for the loved ones, and thank goodness he survived and his child survived, and he immediately got away from her because she didn't love herself, and she don't know what love is. It was possession, ego, and just deranged. And I'll rest.
Yeah. And well, she gone. Next story.
Now look here, damn it. Homeless couple found living in Walmart attic with hot plate, meth lab, and 42-inch LED TV. Look at these motherfuckers. Let me say something. Y'all better not never say nothing else about black people and crimes and the things that we do. I swear for God, y'all can't put y'all mouth on. Look at this motherfucker over here. Look at him. Was they testing their own supply?
Yes.
Shit.
Yes.
Don't you say shit about black folks.
You ain't tell no lies.
Facts.
They're high as a kite. Damn, they look terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And they say they were living in a Walmart attic.
A Walmart. You know, black people couldn't have got away with living in no damn store or establishment for no said amount of time. You know how many times security, let alone the actual police force, would have been out there scavenging around like good dogs will hunt. I mean, can you imagine?
And you know some area of that store has a motion detector. So,
indeed, brother.
So if there's a motion detector going off at 2 a.m., someone would have came. Somebody knew they were up there anyway. You know, they just didn't factor in the meth lab. You know.
And folk, them white people lost their mind.
Oh, it's an Indian. Everybody who walked in there, I'm surprised they didn't smell the horrible fumes.
Yeah.
Like seriously, who does that? That's white folk type of bold. That's like saying you want to get white girl or white boy wasted. Now that means you can. It's a possibility you'll die from alcohol poisoning. They do everything to the extreme, but yet, of course, crime is always the face of blacks.
Next.
I feel like having a cookout. I ain't got that much money though. Let me call some people. Hey, what you doing? What y'all doing today? Yeah, I'm getting ready to throw some stuff on the grill. Yeah. Got the grill fired up. I got everything except sausage. Just grab a pack of sausage. All right. What's up, girl? Nothing. Getting ready to throw some stuff on the grill. Uh-huh. Yeah, I got everything except I need some probably an extra pack of hamburger meat. I ain't got enough. I'm gonna make fresh burgers, yeah. I got buns, I got sausage. Uh-huh. Cool. All right, bye. No, I'm gonna invite her over too. I'm fixing to call her now. What's up, girl? Nothing. Got the grill on, getting ready to throw some stuff on the grill. Uh-huh. I got everything. Just bring some wine, a beer or something like that. What you prefer? I got a half a bottle of vodka. just bring a fifth. Yeah, I got the mixes and stuff. I got sausage, a hamburger. No, I ain't got no chicken. I got a couple chicken wings, but it ain't gonna be enough. Yeah, just bring a family pack. Probably about another hour or two. All right, I'll see you when you get here. Bye. And that, my friends, is how you have a cookout with no money.
Her grip game on point.
Oh, I know I don't think I see what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking.
Yeah, her people gonna come in with that thing. They're like, where your stuff at? You're like, oh, y'all brought it.
It's Rizzo, baby.
Yeah.
I think she left out a key part. She most likely is the only one with the backyard big enough to host people, or she's the only one with the house to have a barbecue.
Yeah, sounds that way.
Yeah. But she knows she could hustle people that way.
All right. Let's get upset.
So we're recording you right now. That you know that's harassment, right? No, it's not. Yes, it is. Absolutely it's harassment. You're a grown ass man. We're minors though.
Actually, I'm the board director here.
We're minors.
So I don't
We're
care.
minors.
Officer,
so
you
how you
got
like
three
it in
girls
your
here.
face?
3 Section 8
How you
people
like
here.
it in your face?
Ghetto girls.
How you like it in your face?
Hey, look at this.
No, you're grown. Like this is a grown man, right? You're grown.
Go right here.
You're a girl. So I'm recording you too.
Look at this right here.
Yeah.
How tall is this girl? Damn.
She be eating that chicken.
Yeah, man. That's straight up KFC.
How he win? Wait, never mind. I ain't
The nerve.
Yeah, that's
the
how
nerve
they
of
get down.
him.
That's how they get down.
You've mentioned a couple names recently. Who were they?
Listen, man, they call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.
Thanks.
This dude. Whatever happened to him?
We have the exclusive. We have an exclusive of where Adrian Broner has been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
That dude.
He's around.
He's around. Is he still fighting?
No.
No, that's what I thought. I mean, I saw online everybody talking about a Tank guy.
Oh, Tank Davis. Oh, he beat up that Mexican dude, and the Mexicans are pissed.
Really?
They were like, you should have fought till you died. You don't take no knee.
He didn't knock him out. He took a knee.
He got a TKO.
Okay.
He hit him with a vicious body shot, and the boy couldn't. He didn't want to continue.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he knocked him down on his butt.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I have to watch the highlights.
Yeah. So yep.
Yeah, but sir, thank you for having me on. I have to get out of here, but thank you for your time, man. Have a good night, man.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
too.
but Adrian Broner is making a comeback. He just signed with Don King. He's going to make a comeback. So we'll see. He's still young. He's only 33. He's still got time. So we'll see. Here we go. Whoever got kids know what this means. Don't do that. So there you go.
Yeah.
Danny wants your number.
Oh, okay. Who's Danny? You?
You're looking at her.
Okay.
Silly.
I'm sorry.
Oh, baby boy.
What are you doing?
Say ah. Can you say ah for mommy?
No.
Do you want some of mommy's milky?
Sure. This is weird.
It is weird.
Very weird.
I wonder if this is a direct cause of because they don't shower. They just act weird out in the street. White people. Okay. Here we go. More white people.
They play too much.
Yes, they do. All right. Here we
I
go.
like these other battle rappers. They talk too much, saying I can't use the N-word in this battle. My nigga, I just call it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Push your fucking pen, nigga. I ain't like these other battle rappers. They talk too much, saying I can't use the N-word in this battle. My nigga, I just call it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Push your fucking pen, nigga.
Shit, I wish he would have got a better hit. He should have had all teeth knocked out. And then for the coon that jumped in front of this boy protecting this PC dude, are you kidding me? Should have got hands too.
He looked at him when he said it. He said, I said, I can't wait to say the N-word. He's like, go ahead. As soon as he said it, he regulated.
Nigga, can I fight for
Why? Why? You thought of that bar. You wrote it or you freestyled it. Why? Whatever. He regulated. Give that man. You know what? He on code. Go ahead.
Yes, yes.
Hey, who wants to see the Biden of Brooklyn dancing? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Biden of Brooklyn. Get some more. He's trying to be Al Sharpton and dancing on city streets.
Right.
Goddamn coon. By the way, did you know that there was a fight right next to him? Did y'all know this? Oh yes. Some immigrants got into it right near him. We're gonna show you this video. A little off the beaten path. Let me see if I can find it. Wait, no. Let me see. What is it? Fight. In that thread, actually. Oh, it wasn't that thread. Hold on. It was in this thread. Somebody had it in this thread.
Wow, that's crazy if they got the fighting right beside him and him and or his detail
Yeah,
didn't
right
know.
here. Right here. Let me see. Somebody had the video in this thread. Let me see if I can find it. That's crazy. Yeah, man clobbers this third woman. All right, so you do your post probably got the video because you know they can't miss a beat on making us look bad. Here we go. Let's turn on this music. There you go. Here we go. Why Alfred Woodard's sister look like she about to just whoop off on this man? And this dude with the David Ortiz back. I don't know what's going on. This got to be the Bronx. Ooh, she threw something at this man. She's throwing bread on the ground. Get some. All right, she's gonna pick up some more stuff. More garbage. All right, here we go. Here you go. Here you come. Get off my block. And they go Eric Adams right there with the hat. There you go.
Damn, he drew back to Africa and slapped Cuba and slapped her.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Wait, let's show you Eric Adams. Right there with the blue hat. That's him right there. Yep, see, he right there.
I know she was being disrespectful for whatever reason, and he did walk away. But it never justified a man putting his hands on a woman. And where was all those other black immigrants? They should have been whooping that wide back yellow gorilla's ass.
That's some Puerto Ricans. They ain't gonna do that. They roll with him.
Yeah, you're right. That's sad. That's really
Yep,
sad.
this is definitely the Bronx. So there you go. New York is wild. Here you go. Why has it got to be music? Look, these are all the coons outside. Look at this coon. Look at this baby coon. Look at this baby coon. We need appropriate music. We need appropriate music for the baby coon. We need
They
appropriate
love
music.
coons, don't they?
Them white folk love them some coons. We need appropriate music.
Love
for
the hell out of them.
Look at the coons. Wow. Yo, look at the coons. Wow.
Love them some coons, boy. Coons love them some white people.
Are you familiar with Lee Scratch Perry's "Animal Rights Come First" song?
No.
Well, in this case, coon rights come first. Coon rights come first.
That's messed up.
On both levels.
All right. That's wrong.
In Georgia,
That's wrong. All right, fam. This happened down where I'm at. Let's see what this is about.
can't believe Bob tried me like that.
What was it that you was asking me before you interrupted me with my dinner?
Asking.
Because I turned it all the way down for you. Okay, but what was it that you was asking me? Is there a reason why you would ask me to turn my phone down when there's a band playing music that I don't give a fuck about hearing? Do you think it's appropriate for you to ask me, a 33-year-old, a black man, to turn his motherfucking phone down? You should know you shouldn't say a motherfucking thing to me.
Why is your hand shaking like that? His hand started shaking as soon as this white man looked at him. Come on, my man. Come on. You should have known what was going to happen when you confront white people in Georgia. You should have known what was going to happen. Situational awareness. Don't think just because you're in Atlanta, you could get away with this.
My hand shouldn't be shaking while I'm eating my motherfucking chicken. Now, what you better do is cock-a-doodle-doo over there and leave me the fuck alone. You gonna ask another black man to turn his motherfucking phone down no time soon again.
What you think about that?
He look a little sassy to me, but hey, I guess you confront somebody. Be like you say, be aware of your surroundings at all times. Now, if he would have jumped up and came over there with you, I hope you was ready with your shaky hand and fought. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And Major, hello. I disagree. Women gotta stop being aggressive towards men. Yeah. She should have. Again, she's a black woman in a Spanish area. She should have known better. Situational awareness. That man put no hands on you. Yes, he did. He put hands on you, but you were acting the fool. You know Spanish people are very territorial. You know that. But everybody was saying she was an immigrant anyway, so I was like, all right. What did Fannie Wills do now? What's she do now? Fannie Wills says she'll announce this summer whether Trump. Man, you gonna charge him already. Jesus. Stop. Get some.
Run.
Get some.
Run. 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 Run.
Son.
Run.
Yeah. Hey, stupid white people again.
Oh! Let's try to try some. No,
There
he's
you
on fire!
go.
No! Oh no! Oh no!
Somebody help him!
We need help!
Holy fuck.
glowing fire.
Oh! Poseidon's going up!
No,
Poseidon's
he's on fire. Oh no! Oh
Poseidon's
no!
on fire!
Oh no! Somebody
We need
help him!
We need help!
Holy fuck!
Yeah. Yeah.
Stupidity at its finest.
Get some. Whooping. Oof. That looked like it hurt.
Poor child.
All right. Family, I'm going to say something wrong after this video. I want to meet this guy in person. I really do. I want to meet this fool in person.
Los Angeles, California has the third biggest homeless population in the United States. And today it's my job to make sure there's one less hungry person on the streets.
Hey, excuse me, sir. Hey, I was wondering, are you hungry by any chance, man? All right, man, I got you. Would you like a Baconator, fries, a drink? Is that cool?
Okay. So you're just going to assume that he was geeked out on crack and horny. But we're just going to assume that. Okay.
And I got you. Would you like a Baconator, fries, a drink? Is that cool? All right, what's your name, man? Israel. God bless you, Israel. I got you. I'll be right back, man. One Baconator combo, please. Yeah, what's up, bro? Yeah, man. I got you a Sprite, a large fry, got you a Baconator, man. I was homeless myself, so I want to make sure you get on the right path. You know, you're always able to, get back on your feet. So I want you to enjoy this. This is really good. All right, take care. Have a nice day.
He need his ass whooped.
I want to meet this man. Sports and Political Channel. Hello. I want to meet this man. I want to meet this man. I want to meet this man, and I want to meet his cameraman. They're saying he's an immigrant. I don't even care about that. I want to whoop your daddy's ass. Because if he lets you go on the world and do things like this, he needs his ass whooped. I hope nothing befalls him ever in life. Because I'm going to laugh uncontrollably for 5 minutes. And I'm going to send it to him. I wish the homeless guy got up and beat him up. I really wish he did. I would risk getting my video put behind the age wall to play that over and over and over again. He thought he was flexing. Well, folks, that was Twitter things. Hell of a way to end it.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man. Now y'all going too far, man. You going too far, man.
All right. That just pissed me off again. But it's been a fun day, folks. A lot has happened today. A lot. Oh, and by the way, if anybody knows who Bam Margera is, he's on the run from the law in Pennsylvania. Apparently, he assaulted somebody, and he's on the run. Yeah. Hell of a picture. Yeah.
Thanks for having me up, brother, and great program.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. McFact said, wait, I missed it. Did he ask the guy what he wanted and ate before him? Yes. He bought the food and then ate it in front of him. He needs to be beat. Yeah. Bam Margera is on the run for police in Pennsylvania.
Where are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Why is Vlad trending? Tucker Carlson fired. Now Vlad the Impaler wants to bring him home to the Kremlin. Ooh, what is this? It's probably somebody speculating. Neil Long, why are you trending? Hey, you know what we can do? It's 7:00. Let me see if I can find an MSNBC stream. I want to hear what Joy Reid says about Tucker Carlson. Wait, I have Peacock, though. Yes, I do. I have Peacock. Maybe they'll play it. Maybe it'll work. Damn it. I guess that doesn't work. Oh, I have Peacock, so it's probably not going to work. Damn it. Let's see. Yes. Who wants to watch Joy Reid's comments about Tucker Carlson? We have the footage.
No grand send-off for Tuckums. No final show for him to sign off with
She
his
called him
viewers.
Tuckums.
It's almost hard to believe that just months ago, Tucker wielded so much power, Kevin McCarthy traded him 40,000 hours of exclusive January 6th footage in his hostage deal to become speaker. Yet today, Tucker has officially achieved something that I don't think anyone else in our industry can claim: being let go by all three major cable news networks. MSNBC, yes, he used to work here. CNN, after Jon Stewart humiliated him live on air, and now Fox. But Tucker has also achieved something else. He arguably has done more on cable television to spread the gospel of hate, fear, and paranoia than anyone since radio propagandist Father Coughlin in the Nazi era of the 1930s. Here's just a sample of the content that arguably radicalized millions and millions of Americans.
The left becomes unhinged if you point out that American voters are being replaced by Democratic Party loyalists from other countries.
White supremacy, that's the problem. This is a hoax. Just like the Russia hoax. It's a conspiracy theory used to divide the country and keep a hold on power. Here's a funny thing that we noticed the other day. People debate all the time about mass immigration. Our leaders demand that you shut up and accept this. We have a moral obligation to admit the world's poor, they tell us, even if it makes our own country poorer and dirtier and more divided. You may be wondering, how am I, quote, personally responsible for the behavior of a Minneapolis police officer? I've never even been to Minneapolis, you may think to yourself. And why is some politician telling me I'm required to be upset about it? Those are all good questions. So it's not an actual threat of violence from Christians that's inspiring some trans people to buy AR-15s. No, it's got to be more fundamental than that. And it is. The trans movement is the mirror image of Christianity and therefore its natural enemy.
Along the way, he became the Kremlin's favorite TV show.
It might be worth asking yourself, since it is getting pretty serious, what is this really about? Why do I hate Putin so much? Has Putin ever called me a racist? Has he threatened to get me fired for disagreeing with him? Has he shipped every middle-class job in my town to Russia? These are fair questions, and the answer to all of them is no. Vladimir Putin didn't do any of that. So why does permanent Washington hate him so much? If you've been watching the news, you know that Putin is having a border dispute with a nation called Ukraine.
And he peddled that stuff for years, y'all, for years. And he was rewarded for it by his 3 million nightly viewers and by the executives at Fox. So why would Fox drop their leading primetime host now? That is a question that we are still trying to get answers for. So here's what we do know. Fox is still licking its wounds from its massive $787 million settlement with Dominion Voting Systems, which, among other things, revealed Carlson and other hosts' lies and duplicity around Donald Trump and the big lie. There's another big defamation case on the horizon from Smartmatic Voting Systems.
Jay
That one
says
is
your
demanding even
mic's not
bigger
connected.
damages. And there's also a lawsuit from former Fox producer Abby Grossberg, who worked on Tucker's show, and claims that he presided over a misogynistic, gross, and discriminatory workplace culture. In a legal filing, she alleges that Tucker Carlson created a work environment that subjugated women based on vile sexist stereotypes, typecasted religious minorities, and belittled their traditions, and demonstrated little to no regard for mental health. So pretty much what you saw from him on television. According to the LA Times, Tucker's exit is related to that lawsuit. That is apparently the line that is considered too far for Fox. Not the racism or the on-air misogyny or the anti-immigrant bashing, the white replacement theory, or being a tool for Russia and other authoritarian regimes. Not that. That was all fine. But when the toxic culture within Fox is exposed and it threatens to cost Rupert money, that's when you got to go. Remember, that is what happened with Tucker's predecessor, Bill O'Reilly, who was then Fox's biggest star. He was let go after a series of sexual harassment allegations against him became public, with settlement payouts totaling about $13 million. Joining me now is Tara Setmeyer, senior advisor to the Lincoln Project and former Republican communications director, and Angelo Carasoni, president of Media Matters. Angelo, I am going to go to you first because I met you and you've been fighting this battle against Fox and trying to illuminate the racism and the dangers of it. I am very curious what you made of Tucker's firing today.
You're not going to call him Tucker?
I mean, a couple of things. You know, when Glenn Beck got fired, it was because he was contrary to their business model. He drove away all their advertisers, and they couldn't make any more money off them, and they even said so. What they did after that, though, was actually insulate themselves by sort of shifting most of their revenue to come from cable carriers, and part of that was actually to pave the way for somebody like Tucker Carlson to do exactly what he does, so that to make it accountability-free, consequence-free, so that there could be nothing that hits their bottom line. So when you ask me what do I think about it, I mean, the first is that it's great for America. It's really bad for Fox, because he pretty much satisfied and is the only person that satisfied an appetite amongst the Fox News audience of not just these sort of conspiracies that sort of.
Okay, we lost Angelo for a minute. Let's get his audio back. You know, the magic of the internet and the interwebs. Let me bring you in, Tara, and get your response to it. I mean, Tucker had to fire his chief writer at one point because he was on pro-Nazi websites posting. He arguably helped to incite January 6th insurrection, even though he literally hated and admitted that he hated Donald Trump with a passion. He himself admitted he's a liar. Here's Tucker Carlson calling himself a liar.
I lie. If I'm really cornered or something, I lie. I really try not to. I try never to lie on TV. I just don't, I don't like lying. I certainly do it, out of weakness or whatever.
And one more item. This is a quote from what Fox's lawyers said in a previous lawsuit Tucker was involved in. Quote, the general tenor of the show should then inform a viewer that Carlson is not stating actual facts about the topics he discusses and is instead engaging in exaggeration and non-literal commentary. Fox persuasively argues that given Mr. Carlson's reputation, any reasonable viewer arrives with an appropriate amount of skepticism about the statements he makes, except they don't. They don't. He arguably has radicalized millions of people to believe what he says and maybe act on it. Your thoughts?
Well, first of all, rest in peace to the furrowed eyebrow, feigned outrage of Tucker Carlson, that we no longer have to listen to him spew his garbage every night. I mean, this propaganda
Ma'am, he'll have a job by
has
September.
been
Cut it out.
platformed and financed and encouraged by the Murdochs. Let's not forget who's responsible for Tucker Carlson's success here. They allowed him to platform conspiracy theories, pro-insurrectionists, to have love affairs with authoritarians like Orban, to become Putin's propaganda puppet and useful idiot here in America. I mean, this is on Rupert
That's
Murdoch
defamatory.
and what Fox News has allowed for the last 20 years, but in particular over the last 10 years or so and under the Trump era, where they have glorified this. I mean, what Tucker Carlson has done to undermine our democracy and institutions through this enormous platform that he's been given and this right-wing media ecosystem is rather extraordinary. But it poses a threat to our democracy.
Oh my God,
and you
they
can
really
see the
think
through
Tucker
line
Carlson got
to
that much
the
power.
distrust in
It's funny as
institutions,
hell.
to see the radicalization of the Republican Party directly from what Fox News and Tucker or the rest of them in prime time have allowed and have spewed, and what we see now. This is completely out of control. And you can see by the reaction also
White
of
man's
the
back.
MAGA faithful out there. They are losing it. They are apoplectic over this because their guy is now no longer the #1 cable news propagandist out there in the country. They are having to what does that mean for Fox? That's another interesting aspect to all of these things. But, you know, it's just, it's really, it was shocking, obviously, to all of us to see Fox News take this step. It was like right out of the pages of a Succession episode. But this doesn't mean that Fox is going to court.
Ma'am, I can't take you serious when you have the Constitution behind you and Lincoln. I can't take you serious.
Here from the top down. It's rotten from the very core here. And let's not forget who's responsible. It's Rupert Murdoch and his minions.
Absolutely. And Angelo is back. I'm going to let you finish your thought, but I want you to go into that because, look, I'm going to be honest with you.
I need somebody to finish your hairstyle.
I know it's dangerous. You know, Laura Ingraham, whatever. I never hear people sort of quoting the things that she says. She's a right winger too.
Nobody cares about her.
Particularly to me, pernicious about him. Not just the act. I mean, he literally accused.
It's actually funny how they're acting like they're holier than thou.
Tiffany Cross of being the Hutus and the Tutsis and inciting race war. He has gone after, you know, the Justins in the most racist way. I've never heard people able to be as racist as he has been on TV and gets away with it and was rewarded for it. Finish your thought from earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's basically the point. He was a bubble within a bubble, and I agree completely. He's a uniquely destructive force that was enabled by the Murdochs. In fact, he repeatedly thanked them for keeping him on air despite all the controversies and blowback. And to your larger point, you know, even though Fox itself won't change, and I think in part it's because Tucker helped fuel and build this bloodthirstiness, this appetite that audience is going to want to be satisfied. And Fox, as we saw from the Dominion revelations, is going to aggressively work to make sure that they can satiate that. But part of the reason he was so uniquely destructive is that he pulled in all these things that were otherwise on the fringes, the fever swamps, right on the edges, and he laundered them through those Fox News apparatus, not just into the right-wing echo chamber, but then directly into the Republican Party. So that's the conduit, is that he built this pipeline and then he leveraged the tools at his disposal to actually reshape and transform our politics. Great replacement theory is now totally acceptable within the Republican Party because Tucker Carlson talked about it several thousand times while he was on Fox News.
Absolutely. And Tara, I mean, to that point, I mean, Kevin McCarthy gave only one person that exclusive footage he didn't give to any journalist. And Tucker's, his own company says he's not a journalist. He's the only one who got it. You have the governor of Texas agreeing before the man is even sentenced to pardon a man who shot a Black Lives Matter marcher, even though now it's coming out that he put up racist text message after racist Facebook post and may have propositioned a 16-year-old kid. And that person might walk free from a pardon because Tucker told him to. That's how much power this guy had. I can't think of anyone else at Fox that has that kind of power other than Rupert Murdoch.
You're right. And you know what else they did? They also mainstreamed the insurrection and tried to whitewash it as if it were some type of tourist, you know, it was a tourist gone, trip gone wrong. It was just there were just a couple of bad actors. I mean, they let Tucker Carlson put that horrific conspiracy theory laden documentary on air. And it was so disrespectful to law enforcement in this country. And you look at that, it's outrageous. And so you look at all of these things and it circles back to how this has undermined our democratic institutions and radicalized millions and millions of people who ingest this night after night after night. And now you see, where is MAGA going to go? You have Marjorie Taylor Greene and her minions saying that they're going to follow Tucker wherever he goes. And my colleague Rick Wilson said, what the hell? And I said, maybe to the trash heap of history, which is where they all belong. But this doesn't end here. I mean, we're glad to see this. Like Angelo said, it's one step, but there is a long way to go to combat this disinformation and this indoctrination, from the white supremacy to the, like I said, love affairs with authoritarians. This is very dangerous to our constitutional republic, and I hope that more and more people call it out, and that we can combat this somehow, because the danger it poses we're seeing every single day, because half of them, they don't even believe it. These people, it's so duplicitous, they don't even believe it. But the people that they're preaching to, they do
100% believe it.
And look at what we have now. We have a civil war, potentially, got a cold civil war that could go hot at any time because of people like Tucker Carlson and Rupert Murdoch.
And so, Angelo, I mean, first of all, the way that you know that he got fired, you know, I had a show canceled. I was asked to do a final show. When you don't get to do a final show as Brian Stelter today, it's the equivalent in TV of a death penalty. So he was fired. He got fired.
No, yeah, I mean, he was supposed to do an interview with Vivek Ramaswamy tonight that Fox News was promoting most of the morning. So this was totally abrupt, and he didn't get to do a last show. He didn't get to say goodbye, and it's about as significant as Rush Limbaugh being fired in 1996.
Real quick, Angela, before we go, what do you make of the speculation that this is because of the Abby Grossberg suit? Because they have fired people before. They fired Bill O'Reilly because of sexual harassment suits. That it could be because of that, or things he might have said. I mean, there's a lot of speculation of what was in those, you know, those other text messages that weren't released, but that the Abby Grossberg suit might have been the final straw. Last word on
I mean,
that.
look, we got a small flavor of what he says about Trump, his colleagues, right indirectly. Once you sort of pierce that veil, it's not that much of a stretch to realize that there's a lot more trash talking that Tucker Carlson probably did. And if you're Fox right now, you're doing a really big risk assessment to try to get your handle on how you're going to course correct. And he's a massive liability. So even if there are no more tapes, the fact is you have to have reason to believe these are not aberrations. That is his personality. That is who he is. And so just imagine a little bit more discovery, a lot more damage.
And on some of his bosses are women, and maybe they actually thought it was a bridge too far to allow somebody to be as misogynistic in-house as he is on TV. Sorry, Tuckums, this is the way it goes. Thank you, Tara Setmeyer. Thank you, Angelo Carasoni. And up next on The Readout, breaking news tonight from Georgia.
So there you go.
That was pathetic.
It was. But Joy. Hi, Kid Gravity. Yeah, you know who I am. You said he was homophobic, racist, transphobic, all that. Yeah, he was able to get away with that. Question. Explain this.
A community that I support and that I deeply care about is hurting because of some despicable and truly offensive posts being attributed to me. Now, many of you have seen these blog posts circulating online and in social media. Many of them are homophobic, discriminatory, and outright weird and hateful. When a friend found them in December and sent them to me, I was stunned. Frankly, I couldn't imagine where they'd come from or whose voice that was. In the months since, I've spent a lot of time trying to make sense of these posts. I hired cybersecurity experts to see if somebody had manipulated my words or my former blog. And the reality is they have not been able to prove it. But here's what I know. I genuinely do not believe I wrote those hateful things because they are completely alien to me. But I can definitely understand, based on things I have tweeted and have written in the past, why some people don't believe me. I've not been exempt from being dumb or cruel or hurtful to the very people I want to advocate for. I own that. I get it. And for that, I am truly, truly sorry. I had a conversation the other day with a friend who's also an advocate in the LGBTQ community in Florida, who rightly took me to task for my tweets mocking Ann Coulter using transgender stereotypes. I apologize to my friend, and I want to apologize to the trans community and to Ann. Those tweets were wrong and horrible. I look back today at some of the ways I've talked casually about people and gender identity and sexual orientation, and I wonder who that even was. But the reality is that, like a lot of people in this country, that person was me. I grew up in a household that, like many in America, had conservative views on LGBTQ issues. I had friends, some of my closest friends, in fact, growing up, who I later learned were gay and who had kept it secret from me and from everyone else we were close to because they didn't know what we would say or if we would still be friends or whether we would look at them differently. I can remember a friend of mine, my freshman year in college, telling me he was gay and my knee-jerk reaction being that it was so disappointing to the women he could have married. He was so hurt, he didn't speak to me for months. I'm heartbroken that I didn't do better back then, knowing so many great people in the LGBTQ community, including amazing friends and journalists and producers and political operatives and great dads and moms and advocates and just regular people. And knowing how hard it must have been for so many of them to come out to their families, to their friends, to just walk around in the world, especially for trans people.
After you're saying this after you lied and said you never did it. All right.
And I feel like I should have known better than to ever write or tweet in a way that could make fun of or make light of that pain and that experience. Even a decade ago, when the country was in a very different place. But I cannot take any of that back. I can only say that the person I am now is not the person I was then. I like to think I've gotten better as a person over time, that I'm still growing, that I'm not the same person I was 10 or 5 or even 1 year ago. And I know that my goal is to try to be a better person and a better ally. Now, the reality is I have to own the things that I've written and tweeted and said. And I'm hoping out of all of this, there's an opportunity to talk about the ways in which hurtful speech really does imperil marginalized communities. These issues matter, not just theoretically, but because we're talking about our friends, our kids, our coworkers, people who deserve better than what I have some.
They love you so much, they don't even have a closed set. You still got people running around there and their voices are getting into the mics.
Right. She's full of it. She's full of it, man.
We can't hear no more.
What the hell?
What the hell? What the?
Fool this man!
What? Joy.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So she
Talkz.
says all this.
Talkz.
She says all this. Now, remember what she said to the African immigrants who was trying to run from Ukraine that, oh, they're lying. Oh, it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? You're the same person you were 10 years ago, 15 years ago. You're just trying to twist your lies to another freaking scenario. What the freak? Like, what?
Oh, no. Come on. She don't remember what she said the day before?
Because she's a jarhead. That's why.
This must be the wigs.
It could be.
Yes, Joy.
Yo, imagine
right, Joe Concert joins us now. Joe, is that the
Yes, Joy. What did you say? What was you saying, Jay?
No, I was saying, imagine going in on Chris. I said Chris Tucker. Imagine going in on Tucker Carlson so hard about his what he said about women and all that, but she did not bring up Don Lemon and his controversy when it comes to the women that he freaking targeted on his own set. It was like him and 2 women, and he got into it with one of the women like a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Joy. Oh, Joy.
Beat it. Wash your ass.
That has to be the worst roast session I've ever heard. You had the opportunity to read that man for filth. The entire Twitter world was ready for it. And that's what you came up with. Tuckums.
Yeah, right. That's the best she can come up with. And Rob's probably right. Her time is probably coming up next because they need new people to galvanize this audience to vote for the Democrats. And I don't know if you heard about this, but they're going to offer Gayle King one of the biggest contracts, I guess, over there at that network, CNN. She's only going to work
with
for
Barkley though. With Barkley though.
Yeah, with that. And she's only going to work for 1 hour a week. That bomb. Can you believe that?
You got the money. Well, you got to remember the election's coming up. They need as many black voices as they can. It ain't gonna work.
So they got rid of a sassy lady. So they got rid of a sassy lady named Don Lemon, and they got another sassy lady named Gayle King. Get out of here.
Computer Robot said, Kid Gravity J and everyone in chat, do you all agree with me that Joy Reid is a psychopath or a sociopath? She is a sociopath.
Agreed. I agree. 100%. I think it's more sociopath than psychopath, though.
Yeah, she's a sociopath. Oh, Joy. Joyless. You know it's bad when Australia gives you this work.
But first, a classic example of the leftist-dominated American media's hypocrisy and opportunism. Watch this clip from MSNBC's Joy Reid, who claims the media's focus on the Ukrainian conflict is racist.
Okay, let's face it. The world is paying attention because this is happening in Europe. If this was happening anywhere else, would we see the same outpouring of support and compassion? But we don't need to ask.
You see it happening in Israel all the time. And Israel's in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all had wall-to-wall coverage of what was going on in Mogadishu back in the 90s. Did y'all forget that?
Yo, and imagine trying to, like, being Joy Reid. I mean, it's got to be something, because imagine trying to speak up for black people, but at the same time, you're telling the African immigrants who was running from Ukraine to shut up.
Well, she's Guyanese. What did you expect?
Oh, I didn't even know she was Guyanese, to be honest with you.
Yeah, she Guyanese. It makes sense. She probably identifies with the Indian side of the Guyana. I'm speculating.
Speculation.
Ourselves, the international response would be the same if Russia unleashed their horror on a country that wasn't white and largely Christian, because Russia has already done it in Syria. This is a teachable moment for us in the media. We aren't afraid to call out our own industry. There is a lot of soul searching that we need to do in Western media about why some wars and lives seem to matter more than others.
I see. It's a case of white privilege. Now, call me skeptical, but I don't think Ukrainian civilians on the receiving end of Russian air attacks would agree with Reid's claim. By her logic, the West would not care if China invaded Taiwan, which we know is not true. But the most ridiculous thing about her comments was that just a few weeks earlier, she argued the opposite.
What used to be sort of collective Western values, but apparently now not for, a huge chunk of Republicans and their media people. Can you explain for those who do not understand why American media, why we are covering this, and why we must care about what happens to Ukraine?
We are undoing what came, and I can't even emphasize this enough, what came from the Second World War, what Americans died and fought for in the Second World War. If we allow Putin to just waltz into the Ukraine and seize territory, what's next? I mean, clearly his eye is not just on Donbass. It's not just on the Ukraine. As we saw in his speech today, he wants to rally back some sort of Soviet, rising from the ashes here. And it's not going to be just Ukraine. And frankly, it's not just going to be Russia. We're talking about China looking at Taiwan. I mean, this is upsetting the whole entire world order.
So to clarify, if you're not interested in defending Ukraine, you must be an evil Republican who couldn't care less if the entire world order collapses. But if you now care about defending Ukraine, you're a racist. Can this get any sillier? Commentator Joe Concha summed it up best.
This is the same person, by the way, who called Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas Uncle Tom on the air. The same person who said Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is rooting for COVID deaths of children in his state. This is the same person who said that white supremacists elected Glenn Youngkin and Winsome Sears, who at last check is black, in Virginia, a state.
Well, that part was true. That part was true. White supremacists did do that. They did do that.
That Joe Biden won by double digits. I could go on, but we got finite time here. So it's no surprise while women and children and innocent people across Ukraine are being systematically targeted and murdered by an insidious Vladimir Putin and his forces, Joy Reid makes it about the media being racist, which I guess includes NBC News, since they've been covering the war pretty heavily, just like everybody else.
All right, enough with the white splaining.
Yeah, and I want to throw this out there too. I mean, they can say that all they want to, the Harry Potter looking guy. I mean, but Joy Reid, I mean, it's so freaking ridiculous, man. I mean, let me skip over that, man. Just I'm gonna skip over that
All right,
because I was gonna
so-
go in on it.
Hey, it's an open forum. You can go ahead and do it. It's all good. I ain't mad at you.
I mean, because they want to talk about. Notice how all of them were focused on Russia. They're going in on Russia, but they never bring up the Minsk Accord. Now, the EU and whoever else is involved in the NATO, they violated the Minsk Accord, which said that nobody else can join NATO because it was pushing in on Russia's border. You pushed in on their border, and they got offended, so they went to war with Ukraine. That's not Russia's fault. That's y'all fault. You guys signed a document. Now, when has the U.S. ever respected a document? That's their fault.
That's
You
what I
know
keep
I'm
telling these people about reparations. They never. You keep talking about Constitution and Bill of Rights. I'm like, when has the U.S. ever respected it? Never.
Never. No treaties. No nothing. If they can take control of something, they will. I mean, look at Hades. Hades is dismantled right now because the Haitian people had to pay back reparations to the slave owners, and it took them 100 years to do that. They just finished paying that off. Get out of here, man. I mean, if I was Hades, I would have said, "Nah, we ain't gonna respect that damn agreement. Screw y'all agreement." You know.
Yeah, but they acquiesced because they want to keep going to France.
Yeah, and right. Hey, and if Russia is so dangerous, why are more countries joining BRICS? Mexico is trying to join BRICS. That's going to be extremely dangerous for the U.S.
Yep,
if you have
Mexico.
a BRIC nation, yes. If you have a BRIC nation right next to the
Cuba
U.S.
too. Don't forget about Cuba.
Yeah, but Mexico is on the ground right next to us.
No, but here's
They
the thing.
joined
Cuba,
BRICS.
but you got to also understand this. Cuba is more dangerous than Mexico.
I agree. They're more organized too.
Because if they get into BRICS, Miami's falling. Within a year, Miami's going to be, because them Cubans are going to go back home, and Havana is going to be the international business hub because they could sell that a lot better. They could sell that a lot better than Miami. So all that development money they got in Miami right now is going to go right to Cuba, and that's just going to be a beautiful sight. American tax money going to Cuba.
So we're going to have in Latin America, we're going to have Brazil and Mexico a part of BRICS. That's going to make up.
Forgot about Argentina too.
Argentina. So that's going to make up the bulk of the Latin America. What's that? The Northern America, whatever you want to call it, the Northern America or Southern Americas, whatever you want to call it. That's going to make up the bulk of them. I mean, the most of the populations that's in Latin America is going to be part of BRICS. They're going to be pushed up against our wall, and it's going to be like ridiculous, man. I mean, like, and our allies are fleeing away from us. Think about Israel. Israel's talking about they're going to join BRICS. What the hell?
But still take our money.
Still take our money. That's a welfare state, man. That's bro. I consider them a welfare state, man.
Oh, they don't listen. Guess who else is going to join BRICS?
Who?
Guyana.
Guyana? Oh, snap.
And why is that? Because Guyana just found oil deposits.
You know what? I wouldn't be. You know what? Haiti should join BRICS. If I was Haiti,
Haiti's thinking about it along with Jamaica.
They should. I wouldn't be surprised. But you know who's going to be more offended than America? The UK. If Haiti's and Jamaica joins BRICS, the UK is going to be so offended.
Well, the UK is going to assert dominance and say we still control your government through sovereign. So yeah. So Jamaica's going to have to probably buy themselves out of that. They don't listen. They don't listen. Nobody listened. This was starting under Obama. Nobody listened. Nobody listened. That's going to be a big subject come debate time on the Republican side. What are you going to do to stop BRICS? This is.
And the Democrats said they're not going to even hold a debate. They're going to just push forward what they want to push forward.
Yeah,
that's
well, it's going to be Biden.
Man.
It's going to be Biden.
Oh Lord, yeah, Biden. I don't know what to say about that, man. I mean, the dude, he just sucks.
Guess what? Unfortunately, unless he turns his economy around, he's got less negatives than Trump has right now.
He's not going to turn the country around, though. I mean, we lived under the Biden administration.
He can sell that he didn't destroy it further.
Oh, please.
No. Listen, he's got enough lefties that'll co-sign him. And he's got
Yeah, a
enough of
bunch
the
of
media to
brain dead
co-sign
people.
him. Who do you think they want their voting bloc to be? Immigrants and dead brain people.
Dead brain. Oh Lord. Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna say this right. We know I'm gonna make a hypothesis, man. Our guess. I think Tim Scott is actually gonna be Donald Trump's running mate come 2024.
You can't sell that to black people. Not gonna happen. Can't sell it.
I think you can. At least the conservative blacks. I think you can.
The conservative blacks have no power. They've lost their power over the last 2 years because I told them Negroes in 2020, come talk to us. Come to the black grassroots. Come down here. It will.
That's
the
true.
optics would be beautiful. They didn't want to do it. They wanted to side with MAGA. Cool. MAGA lost. What did they do? They didn't change their tactics. The only person I'll give credit to change their tactics was Anthony Bryan Logan. That's the only person I'm going to give credit to. Because at least he started to go more to the middle. The rest of them, they wanted to die on MAGA's hill. They wanted to die with their white supporters. Cool. And guess what's happening? All their white supporters are turning on them now.
Yeah, I got to give Anthony Bryan Logan. He's been giving some good takes out there. I will give him that credit.
Exactly.
But I would say this: I've seen more people like we saw in Georgia. We saw more black people vote for what's his name, Brian Kemp over Stacey Abrams. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a spike in black voters for Donald Trump. And he don't even need that many black people to vote for him. He just need enough to get, make the difference between Republicans and Democrats. I think it's gonna. I think it's possible this year.
But the only way he's going to be able to get through that, he has to sell the fact that he got duped with the thing.
So you don't think that having a black running mate like Tim Scott is going to put him over?
Tim Scott isn't. He can't sell that to black people. It's not going to happen.
I don't know, man. Like
you can't sell that. They'll play the clip on him where he said this country ain't racist and bring up all these black people getting killed. That already disqualified. He can't sell Tim Scott.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of black conservatives say, "Hey, Trump Scott ticket will win the election." I'm like, you can't sell that to us. It can't. He's done. He's said too much. That we're gonna we can't have this man. We can't.
Well, it's gonna be very interesting to see who he gets as running mate. I think there's enough brain dead black people that they will switch over just because of him. Not the old Democratic voting black bloc.
Not Tim Scott.
Not Tim Scott.
They have a better excuse saying they don't want Biden around no more. They'll just vote for Trump. Not Tim Scott.
Not Tim Scott.
No,
right.
Especially in this. You just saw this boy in KC just got shot. And then somebody will play Tim Scott saying this country ain't racist. Shout out to Seji Hito. You literally saw Tyree Nichols get beat up by black cops and with white cops standing there. And they're gonna say he said this country ain't racist.
Yeah,
I kind of want to see it because the vice president debate would be hilarious between Kamami and Tim Scott. It'd be hilarious.
I don't think he's gonna keep Kamala Harris around. I don't think so, man.
He want to lose the black female vote. Okay, go ahead, go get rid of her. We'll take him. That Boule crowd, you get rid of that Boule, man. Let me tell you something. If Biden is bold, well, first off, they'll call him racist after he does it. But let me tell you something. He get rid of Kamami before this election. You want to see a revolt in this country? Oh my God, them chicks who were stepping for Biden and thought they were something impressive. Yeah. You want to see black women cuss you?
Okay, but what if he hold on? What if he replaced Kamala Harris with Stacey Abrams?
Not gonna. And Stacey's out of politics.
She's out of
plus. No, she erased her entire campaign website.
I think she
and that firm she went to go be one of their legal representation, who was trying to fight to get rid of gas stove bans. They just lost their case in court. She not no. Stacey, us down here in New Black Media destroyed Stacey. She has no clout. She has no clout. But I mean, if Biden don't want to win this election, he want an early retirement. Say you got rid of Kamami. Ain't gonna be no stroll to the polls for you, brother. No.
Stroll to the polls. What the hell?
This was 2020. You don't remember when he said?
No, I never seen this before.
Yes,
Get
this
the
was
hell,
when they went
man.
down here in Atlanta. They were strolling to the polls for Biden and Harris. The Divine Nine. Oh yeah, they did.
Where the frick they get these girls at, man?
These are from the sororities. These are the Divine Nine sororities. Yes.
I'm surprised, man. I didn't know strip clubs had sororities, so you know.
Hey, listen, they don't care about that. McFack asked the question. So, which black running mate will help Trump? None of them. None of them.
Yeah, that's a good question.
None of them.
Looking into it,
There's
what's that other?
nobody.
Who's that other black guy? He was holding strong with the MAGA crowd. He kind of chunky. I don't know his name though. He might. I don't know, man. That's a good question, man. Who can Trump
Chunky
get as a
black
running
guy?
mate?
Chunky black guy.
Yeah, I can't think his name. 'Cause he's not very popular, but he's been he was in the news during the whole when they were trying to hold the Congress up for the vote. Young dude. I mean, he's not that young, but he's I want to say like he's in his 30s. I can't think his name right now though.
Chunky black dude. You say he in MAGA?
Yeah, he supports MAGA, but he's not in MAGA. I can't think of his name, man.
He can't sell a no. That ain't gonna work.
Well, I'm gonna see who he got. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be kind of something to look at who he's gonna have a running mate, man. Because we know he's not gonna go with the old guy, the other not old guy, the older what's that dude name? The guy that he had before. He's not gonna go with him just because that guy has completely turned on him, did a whole 180 on him. He's not gonna go with him. He has to pick somebody who he can pick up some people from, not just the MAGA people, but another group.
Herschel Walker, hell no.
Lord, Herschel Walker.
You're not talking about Burgess Owens.
I don't know his name, man. I wish I knew his name.
Trump could not bring anybody black to win. It ain't gonna happen.
All right, let's give over there because I can't.
That's
figure
just
out his
gonna. We're
name
gonna
to save
call
my
that the
life.
photo negative of Biden Harris. That ain't gonna happen.
Right.
No,
Not
he
thinking
might
that
as well
brother's
just go
name,
with an
man.
all white ticket and hope for the best.
Well, I don't think he has hope for the best. I think he's gonna beat Joe Biden.
He listen. He gonna have to answer for that Belle Biv DeVoe. They're going to kill him with that.
I mean, he's even trying to pull out his old tactic. You know, he was talking about student loan debt today.
Oh,
I
I
said,
know
if you don't sit your down.
I know.
I mean, I'm looking at him. I mean, they went out for midterms to vote for you for that, and you told them to go screw themselves right after they voted you in. Y'all lost the House. They voted for you. You told them to go screw themselves. Now he's talking about student loans. He's talking about abortion. He's talking about racial equality. If you don't sit you had 4 years. Oh, and the black farmers. Remember the black farmers that supported him in 2020? They're against him now. And I remember when Roland Martin had the black farmers all on his channel. Oh, Trump discriminated against them and all that. Now they're saying Joe Biden discriminated against them. Roland Martin won't invite them back.
Of course he
I'm
won't.
not surprised by that. That's some coward stuff right there, man.
Well, Trump is saying with the loans that he paused it during the start of the thing. So
yeah, he did.
What that mean? Hey, Biden's gonna start again. He's started again soon, so y'all can vote for that.
What about what's that dude name? JFK, whatever his name is.
Oh, Robert F. Kennedy. He ain't got a shot.
Robert F. Kennedy, RFK.
He ain't got a shot in hell. He may get the conspiracy theory crowd, the theorist crowd, but that ain't enough.
I see him as a third party candidate. Maybe he'll pull up maybe 7% of the vote.
They wouldn't even let him get that far. The DNC and RNC will not let him get that far. You see how long they were trying to silence him over that documentary. They're not going to let him run third party. Not going to happen.
Well, can they control that? No, I don't think they can.
Yes, they can. No, yes, they can. They can control what states he's allowed to be voted on.
Oh, to be on the ballot.
Right. Yeah.
That's so sad. And we're in the democracy. We're in the democracy.
They don't want nobody. They want this. They want this to be head up.
Right. That's a damn man.
Yes.
McFack said Herschel Walker. Yeah, man, that'll be weird.
Yes, but McFack said, keep in mind, This administration said they were not going to do anything for blacks prior to the election.
The reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
And you Negroes voted for. Y'all voted for. Y'all heard this. You heard her say that in 2019. Biden say you not black if you don't vote for me. And y'all went outside and voted for him.
Wasting y'all time and y'all gas.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, every time something goes wrong in this country, we just looking at y'all. This is all you got to tell us.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
That's what you get. Because y'all don't listen. We told y'all, do not do it. Get Trump back in there. Deal with him for another 4 years. Let him clean it up. You ain't got to hear from this man ever again in life. Nah, y'all didn't want to listen. The price was right. It was your black skin. You sold yourself out. Try to be these nouveau blacks, thought you were the smartest people in the room, did no research, and there you are. There you are.
There you have it. Next morning, and I got a pretty nice sized coon in this trap. This is the trap that I set right on the smack dab in the middle of the trail.
That was Biden after he won.
That's hilarious.
You dumbasses.
Oh Lord, man. You know, a lot of people vote for Biden no matter what, man. Let me tell you this, man.
Yeah, have fun and have fun.
My grandmother, she's 86. When he did that State of the Union speech, she had a whole plantation dance over that, man. I'm telling you, bro. Oh, he said he's gonna tax the rich and he's gonna stop the police. I say he lying to you.
And where did he tax the rich? I'm sorry, Mister. I'm gonna
never
do
did.
60% in New York is 62% in California. Yeah, Mister. I'm gonna do these corporate taxes. Yeah, where are these taxes? It's 2023. Where are these taxes?
Facts. I think as grassroots people, we need to focus on who's running on the local levels and getting our getting our freaking money right, man. Focus on economic issues, man. Like I'm over here in Houston, man. We got freaking Sheila Jackson Lee, of all people, who wants to run for our mayor. I'm not voting for her. I'm not voting for her.
And she got cooked in Congress the other day.
I saw that. Called her out, man.
I thought that was that woman's way caught in that trap. Listen, don't give her no ideas. Maybe on the last day when Joy Reid get fired, she'll cuss. Maybe she'll cuss. But you know, they don't listen. They'll learn. They'll learn the hard way. But it's time to go, folks. It's time to go. This was fun. Make sure you're up at 8 o'clock in the morning because I know Professor Blatcher is going to go. This might be an hour-long moment of truth.
So, oh, you think so? Why?
Because Tucker got fired. Don Lemon got fired. I'm sure he's going to say something about what Joy Reid said. And he's probably going to talk about this is exactly what we've been saying about getting with independent media, especially new black media.
Yes, what's up, man?
He might do this. Man. He might be an hour. This might be an hour.
Shout out to him, man, and shout out to those 2 videos he dropped yesterday and today, man.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
If I see that thumbnail and it says an hour,
Oh, I know. I don't think I see what I'm seeing. What I'm thinking.
He's gonna go off.
Mm.
Oh, but before we go, family, we do have one more piece of breaking news. Where are my wrestling fans at? Ali report hello, but it's good for Tucker. He will do better without Fox and make more money. We'll see.
What's going on, Ali?
Where are my wrestling fans at? Oh, ain't too many in here, but okay. I know y'all know the name CM Punk.
I'm familiar.
Did y'all know that he was spotted at the arena where WWE is holding his show tonight? Not only that, he was in the building. That's right. Former WWE, current AEW star CM Punk was backstage for a bit at tonight's WWE Raw taping in Chicago, where he lives. There's no word who Punk was there visiting, but we have heard from several WWE sources that he did briefly see Paul Levesque, who is Triple H, and they don't like each other. Punk also met with several other WWE talents, but it was eventually asked to exit the arena. We are told it was a Vince McMahon call that he leave the venue, and that he did when he was asked. And here's the video of him there. Well.
Well. Is it? You think it's a stunt or is it not?
I don't know.
Hey,
all I know is that Chicago crowd's gonna hijack tonight. I know that.
It's gonna be something to see.
Yes,
hey, Black
sir.
Light's asking about a fight. Is he talking about the boxing fight or is he talking about
That fight was beautiful. It was beautiful because the right man won, Tank Davis, and it was even more satisfying because the Mexicans were going in on Ryan Garcia all day on Twitter, saying he's a quitter and he should have died on his feet. And he should have died on his feet. You don't take a knee to a black man. Yes, they did say that.
I wonder how I wonder how many of those Hispanics that was going in on him have a beer belly. 60%.
I saw a few of them. They look like Hector from the first Fast and Furious. Yes, they did. But you see how quick it came back to black people? You say you do not go on your knees for a black person. Yes, they said it. Oh, it was a beautiful thing. And then they were even more mad that Tank Davis let Ryan Garcia he didn't have to pay their bet money because they bet money. He actually let him keep it.
Oh, I thought Ryan Garcia turned that down though.
In Mexico. You get out of here. You go back to Mexico and you tell your Mexican friends, you tell your Mexican family that they better stay in Mexico.
JBL.
JBL?
That is JBL. He was all one. That's scared. That's scared though. Oscar De La Hoya after he saw Ryan Garcia take a knee. He doing that hard. Nobody. Ryan Garcia, yes. Yes, they did have a winner takes all bet, but Tank was like, nah, keep your money. Ryan Garcia is right. Y'all wrong for that. Well, let's look up the Mexicans went in on this, man.
I want to see some of this.
Mexicans don't even claim Ryan Garcia, to be honest. If Ryan Garcia win, the Mexicans going to be saying the N-word all week. Black people and Mexicans unity after the Ryan Garcia L. Black people.
No hablo inglés.
Say, habla no inglés.
Bruh.
Mexicans after Ryan Garcia loss. I no longer recognize my club. Ryan Garcia, no sabo, head ass, knockdown, 6-round tops. Mexicans can't fight anyway. They just drink and get stupid every year. I don't know why they even allow Mexicans to fight blacks year after year. They learn from Canelo versus Mayweather. Mexicans looking at the goal Ryan Garcia after he loses tonight. They have the Mexicans denying Ryan Garcia like Judas. Facts. If Ryan Garcia loses, some of the Mexicans are raising the prices on all drugs. If Ryan Garcia wins, Mexicans will be saying for a year straight, why do Mexicans love Canelo but hate Ryan Garcia? Because he's not there yet. It's funny because all these Mexicans on TikTok think Ryan Garcia finna win. Where's the latest? Let's go to the latest tweets. I wonder what the Mexicans had in the draft if Ryan Garcia would have won. Ryan Garcia makes Mexicans look bad. No hablo ass motherfucker. No, it wasn't Ryan Garcia. Main fans aren't Mexicans. Fans are young Americans. Mexicans won't follow someone that doesn't speak Spanish. This effort got knocked out because of this. Bitch boy only uses Mexicans for clout. Fuck Ryan Garcia. Fuck Hillsong. Fuck Christians. All right, say less. Garcia was about to get up, his legs were like, no mames, gües. No mames, güey.
Yeah, That's hilarious.
Mexicans getting cooked after the match. Ryan Garcia really let us down. We Mexicans don't claim Ryan Garcia. He's a Taco Bell Mexican. We Mexicans go all 12 rounds and willing to die before taking a knee. See, you see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? Here we go. Before that, Mexicans and African Americans need to work on their race relations. This shit is embarrassing. It's like only 10% from both sides, but it screams so loud. What? All right. Ryan Garcia, yeah, we saw that. Ryan Garcia is clearly not Mexican. Mexicans don't fall or get knocked down or out. The last thing they're going to do is hit the floor. Get that man a 6-pack of Coronas and some tequila. Yeah. Cinco de Mayo belongs to us this year.
That's
all right. All right. And then they were playing when Mayweather came out with the Mexican garb on against Canelo. Yes, he did get technically knocked out with a body shot. He stayed down. He said he couldn't take it. It was actually a body shot, not a liver shot. It was a body shot. And then Ryan Garcia talking about he had a mole in the cab. I'm like, okay, dude. You got hurt in sparring. You should have protected.
Yeah, that's right. He's gonna redeem himself, man. He's gonna be fighting that dude. What's that? Paul Logan next. He can redeem himself.
You mean
Logan
Paul?
Yeah,
yeah,
he can redeem himself.
If he gets knocked out by a white boy,
then that's over.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not even gonna go in on Mark Robinson. I'm gonna save that. This right here is a whole 30 minutes. I'm not even gonna do it. We're gonna end it here. I want to see how the Chicago crowd is gonna hijack Raw. All right, folks. I appreciate y'all coming in. It's been almost 3 hours. Jay the Informant, thank you for coming in. Thank you to Miriam for coming. Thank you, Ray S, for coming. Y'all take care, stay safe out there, and y'all know what to do when the agitators of peace come to mess up your existence.